Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome to that dark corner in the back where you see all this nice catering stuff being lined out. You know, you see crackers, you got cheese, you got ham laid out, and next to that, you got two motherfuckers from Detroit, Michigan, sitting there waiting for our call to come out for the lumberjack match that's going on in the main event. We have no names whatsoever. No one knows who the fuck we are, but we are mid caters. I mean, we are the mid card. We are the mid
Midcard
carders in
catering.
catering. This is AJ, and I'm here with the boss and Pete. That's right. He coming in with applause. Like I'm coming in just talking and shit. Really, but yeah, what's going on, bro?
Man, same shit, different day, dog. Just got done watching Smackdown. We're gonna talk about that a little later, man. But since it's our inaugural episode, we gotta yeah, I just said some wild ass shit.
No, you not. You actually saying like the right word right there. I mean, we already using them words. So yeah, this is the inaugural. This is the first episode.
Just do it like this. Some people know who we are. Some people might not know who we are. I'll go first with it. Some of y'all might know me from the Everything Is podcast from me and Corey Woods. I will get into that later on down the road, what happened. But shout out to K Woods, man. My man upgraded a lot of shit for himself, man. He's in grad school now at the University of Michigan. Has a bundle of joy on the way. And he been having some opportunity that came along. So he's popping in and out, but it's gonna be like very sporadically. But we'll get into that a little later on down the road. I'll let you know what's going on. But this is where we at now, man. This is where we at now.
It is. Hey, this is where we at. Hey, fresh start, fresh everything.
Fresh start, definitely, man. So feels good to be here. And when everything happened, and I was telling Corey like we need to start something new. Only person I can think of that will be perfect for this while Corey handle his business. My man's right here. My man's AJ. Know my dog for over 15 years now. So big reference.
15.
It might be. It's probably
15,
gonna be a little
bro. We 20 plus in now. We. Hey, woo. Yeah. Go ahead. Continue.
Yes. So me and K Woods talked about it, and I was just like, he would be perfect for this. So call my man's up, like, dog, I need you for this. And he was like, I'm with it, So here we are now, man.
I'm actually going to tell I'm going to tell a funny story because he said he called me up and said, hey, you with this? And it just, you just like, yeah. It really didn't go that way. It went more so we were playing the game one night. He hopped into the Discord and he was like, yeah, man, we're going to start we're doing the network. We're going to do a whole network. I'm like, okay, cool, bet. We're going to do a wrestling podcast too. We're going to bring that to the forefront. I'm like, bet. I'm like, cool. Hey, you're going to be the co-host. I was like, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I did just throw it at you like, man, yeah, you the co-host.
Yeah, it wasn't no asking. It wasn't no. He just straight told me. He's like, yo, you gonna be the co-host. And I was just like, you know what, man. All right. Like I felt it was time. For the longest, I kind of been teasing with the idea of podcasting throughout the years. I've been encouraged by some friends, also like, yo, when you gonna do a podcast? Sometimes I took it as like trolling or whatever, but it kind of really just came upon me when I started, streaming on Twitch, like streaming video games on Twitch, and I'm like, well, that's kind of like almost like a podcast sphere, but it's not really because it's like you can have a conversation, but I'm also focused on playing the game too. Like now it's like I actually have to just sit here and have a conversation. And I always wanted to if I was gonna podcast, it had to been something that I absolutely something I could talk about for hours. Um, and one of them happens to be pro wrestling. Now, pro wrestling with me, like like I said, I have to look at my notes for a second here, okay? Because
Oh,
this is
good, man.
this is going to tell like a story about how even just how me and Ant came together just as friends. Because again, we've been friends since 2001.
Yeah, it's been it's been
Yeah,
on. Yeah, yeah,
2001 is where
yeah.
me and Ant finally crossed paths. Both of us again, we're from the city. We're both from Detroit. Funny thing, Ant's from the west side. I'm from the east side originally. So we're that perfect mix of what Detroit is altogether. So when it comes to pro wrestling, Detroit is huge. It's huge, man. This is a huge wrestling town outside of our own regular sports teams here. Um, I guess for me, um, my earliest memories or infancy of wrestling, pro wrestling goes back to like 1996. Like I always knew what it was. Now, don't get it twisted. We're both of us are 35 years old. Okay, we're not over the hill yet, but
We getting
um
there.
yeah, we're definitely getting there slowly but surely. I mean, I can't believe it's like 20. It's 2022. Like that's crazy, bro. That's
Hmm.
crazy. But it goes back to 1996 for me. And my earliest memory, I remember I was what, maybe third grade at this time, and I remember somebody talking about, "Yo, did you watch wrestling last night? Did you see Shawn Michaels?" I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like who? And I'm like, I don't know. And everybody just started talking about it, and it just so happens around that time, like this is when the World Wrestling Federation was in its was around still at that time. So at the time, it still kind of came on like on Saturdays sometimes,
Hmm.
so you could catch it. Now, this was before Shotgun Saturday, so this is like right before the Attitude Era began. So 1996, this is when Shawn Michaels, and it's funny because tonight on SmackDown they literally showed this. Like this is when Shawn Michaels won the Royal Rumble right before WrestleMania 12. So this is when Shawn Michaels was feuding with British Bulldog, and they was kind of throwing Bulldog's wife into it.
Yeah,
If
that was
you
some wild
remember,
ass. That was some wild ass shit. That was some
that
wild ass
shit
shit.
was like
That was
I
fucking
remember just
wild.
looking at it, and then I finally saw who Shawn Michaels was, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like, who is this guy? Like, this is the guy that I like." Like, I already knew who like Hulk Hogan was, and
Hmm.
I think maybe I knew who the Undertaker was, but I can't remember. But I just saw Shawn Michaels, and I was just like, "Yo, this is it. Like, this is the guy. This is the guy who got me into pro wrestling." And like because his build, he was athletically gifted. You know what I'm saying? He could talk. I mean, he was a handsome guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he just fit the whole mold of what I thought pro wrestling was at the time. So we're in 1996. So also, what happens in 1996? This guy from Victoria, Texas, wins the King of the Ring.
Yep. Probably,
Now,
probably top
what
five promos ever.
I mean, come on now. Like, do we have to really go out like talk about how important this was to just like this is what got me fully locked into what pro wrestling was. So Stone Cold Steve Austin starts, and right then and there you got me. I'm there all the way. So let's fast forward. Um 2001. Me and Ant, we end up walking into the same high school.
You mean the same trailer?
The, listen, dog. Okay. So this all right,
I'm just being real, nigga. We had a motherfucking trailer, nigga.
we walked into okay. Now we know what we thinking when you hear this. They like, yo, y'all went to school in the trailer park. No, we didn't go to school in the trailer park. The school we the school the ants looking at me like wow for people that visual that's listening to this ants looking at me like bruh, It was in the fucking trailer.
It
Yo,
was a
they
fucking trailer.
bamboozled the fuck out of me too, by the way.
They
Like,
compared it to Cass Tech, dog. They compared the school to Cass Tech.
son, like I walk, like I remember going like with my
Oh,
parents to the like the school visit. Like we did my visit there, and we walked into the trailer. Right, we go into the trailer because you know the Votech was right behind it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's the building, right? Like, bet. You know what I'm saying? This must be the administration, whatever. This is where the offices are and whatnot. So they got to go into the
man.
trailer. My mom was like, nah,
Mhm.
that's the school. That's the school. That you gonna
That
be
was
going to
the
class in this motherfucker. I'm like,
that was
all
the
right,
mo-
bro.
that was the motherfucking school, dog. That was the motherfucking school.
So this is our freshman year of I'm about to say college. Oh my gosh, high school. This is 2001. So at this time, what's going on? We got the Alliance versus the WWF. So again, we're still WWF. So this is Stone Cold's a heel at this time. It's probably yeah, he's got the WWF championship at the time, the Big Eagle championship.
Mhm.
And what happens like maybe a week into school, 9/11 happens.
Yep.
So, yeah, we were starting high school, 9/11 happened. So, after that, we get into the Kurt Angle thing and then it just takes off from there. Um I ended up transferring out of Crockett after our freshman year, so I left. Ant was still there.
Yeah, I was still there and mucking that bullshit, but I'm still
Yeah.
there.
Ant was still there. Honestly, when me and you like linked in even like in high school, I don't even remember me and you even talking about wrestling at that time. Because I mean, it's high school. We was focused on girls and trying to
I
look
was I was selling drugs. I was selling
well,
drugs.
yeah.
So he like
Yeah.
I was
Hey, 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 you know, it just hey, you gotta drop that in there. Hey, we were young. We were young, we was wild, we was hustling, we was doing our thing. Well, that's the things we was focused on. We was focused on Jordans and girls and making money. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
so I leave after our freshman year. I go to Renaissance High School after that. I didn't see you again until like '06, '07.
Like '06 when I went to go
I
work at HAV.
Yeah, and at the time I was working I was attending I was in my freshman year of college and I was uh at the University of Detroit Mercy and we ended up working at the same place and we just like, hey, what up, nigga? Like, oh, what's up, nigga? You know. And it's just been on ever since.
Uh-huh.
Ever since I was kind of like in a wrestling fall off at this time because um let's see, '06, '07. I mean, some people liked it. I mean, I liked some of it. I mean, this was like early John Cena. This is let's see, Batista,
Uh,
Edge,
Randy
Ray,
Orton.
Randy Orton. You know, it was good at the time, but I was so focused on school and everything. So focused on school and everything that um I just wasn't fully tapped in, but I still kind of had my ears to the streets at the time too. With whenever I just caught it whenever I could. You know, I think WrestleMania 23 was around that time too,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. So
22. Yeah, about 22, 23. Yeah.
yeah, because we had 23 here.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't go, but
I ain't go to that shit ever.
yeah, I didn't make it. But you know, again, bucket list. If it ever comes back, we going.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. I was like kind of in and out. You know, I kind of really kind of missed all of TNA, but not I still kind of had my ears on TNA too. You know what I'm saying? I knew who was over there. I knew how it was. It kind of turned into a WCW remix at that time. You know, they kind of let the old guys come over and kind of fuck up things. But
Yeah.
trust me, we got pods coming, you know, where we can discuss all that shit. But anyway, I kind of like personally myself. Let's see, we get into Twitter. That's what about 09 to present. So like I guess
Mm-hmm.
wrestling Twitter for me kind of started well 09 and 0 and 10. That was dark ages right there, man. That was a lot of that was a
Yeah,
lot of ungood programming at the
yeah,
time.
yeah,
I say the reality era is kind of what brought me back, and really, I guess I fully tapped in like 2014 until now. So I guess
yeah,
that's our story altogether. Oh,
yeah. I think I was tapped in since '96 when the Hell in a Cell. What year was that when the Hell in a Cell with Undertaker and Mankind? You know, the
that
iconic
was
thrown off the cage, thrown off the cell and shit. Cause I remember,
that was because was it before Bad Blood with Shawn Michaels?
no, that was the first. No, the one with Shawn Michaels. That was the first Hell in a Cell.
That
That
was
was
the
the
very
first one.
first one. So that
That was
had
the
to
very first
been
one. Yeah,
97,
probably
uh,
so. Yeah.
97, 98. No, it
I
wasn't
can't.
98. It wasn't 98. It was probably early. It was probably
I know it was the king. I know it was the King of the Ring. It was definitely the King of the Ring when that shit
yeah.
happened. But that's when I was like, cause my mama never, she never ordered the pay per view, never ordered the pay per
Same.
view. None of that shit.
Same.
Out of nowhere, she ordered this one. That was the first time and that was the first I seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch Raw. You know what I'm saying? Whenever it came on,
Hmm.
when I seen that shit, I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know,
Yeah.
I was hooked, and ever since then, dude, like I remember as a kid, I'd be watching between I was watching between Nitro
Hmm.
and go to Raw, and then
Yep.
randomly I switch over to Ed and Eddie and watch that shit when it came on or something, man. So it was just like all that shit was just mixed in right there.
Yo, Monday nights was crazy.
Yeah, that was
Like they was
crazy.
crazy for us, bro. Like
That was
we would,
crazy.
cause I like just you saying like how you would switch. Like, cause remember Nitro came on at 8 on
Yeah.
TNT, and then because Raw was 2 hours back then, so Raw
Yeah.
would come on at 9 and it would go off at 11. And
Mm-hmm. Go go
Nitro
on the same
went
thing.
was Nitro 3 hours?
Yeah, it was 3 hours,
Yeah, it
8 to
was
11.
3 hours because I would
Yeah.
watch Nitro. Like this is when we had if we had cable at that time. Because every
Mm-hmm.
time I asked for a pay per view, my mom would just be
Boy, go run down the checkers and get us some big Bufords.
like, "That's exactly what my mom would be on." If I asked for a uh pay per views, but if we had cable at the time, I would be watching Nitro at 8, and then I would be going to Raw at 9. I don't think I would go back to Nitro at all, like
Right,
unless the NWO came on. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah, and then that was around the time like NWO was cool, and then it just started getting stale because every fucking body was in the
I
NWO.
mean, dog, them niggas had like 30 niggas in there at one time, bro. That shit was Wu Tang in fucking wrestling, bro. Like, shit was crazy. Like, they had niggas in NWO that didn't even wrestle, bro.
Yeah, it was just stupid. Like I never like. I mean, with Dusty, I knew the shit jumped the shark. When you looking up, you see Dusty Rose in there, Ted DiBiase, and that motherfucker Eric. Well, Eric Bischoff was the catalyst for that shit, so he
Yeah,
had to get.
Eric was the
You
guy.
know,
Was like he was the mouthpiece. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, like you had to have Bischoff in it. Bischoff made sense. I mean, but you had like did Virgil even wrestle?
he did, and he got his ass whooped.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. He probably just was just jobbing at the time, or
Yeah, sure, yeah,
coming out there during scuffles and shit like
and
that.
yeah, and then he'll get his ass beat. That nigga
Yeah,
come out there with them dingy ass jeans on and shit, man.
jeans with the with the NWO shirt tucked in.
Then he'll get his ass beat. Man, that shit was stupid in the motherfucker.
Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of what it was. Because at that time, that's when like DX was really wilding out too. Like when Sean finally made that switch and Hunter became Triple H, and honestly, I was like really more tapped in with DX than I was with NWO. And at that time, we had no idea that really NWO was really a spawn spawned off of the original Click, which is what DX is. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I didn't think about, like, we didn't know, like, we wasn't that fully tapped in like we are now.
No, hell no. I just looked at that shit like, man, you see some people get their ass beat. I remember NWO just going out beating everybody ass. I'm just like, all right, yeah,
Yeah,
this
they
is
was just
this shit,
coming on
bro.
the show to take it over, bully people, put throw Shivani in the trash can, and take over the whole broadcast. That's all
Yeah, that
that
shit was
that
funny.
that it was for me back then. But
Hmm.
I guess, that's us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our earliest memories of that. Somebody who was born probably in 2001 gonna listen to this and be like, "Wow, these are some grandfathers." But no, we're not, man. We not. But we just have a little bit more wisdom behind us now.
Pretty
So,
much, yeah. Pretty motherfucking much. But yo, so since they got our backstory, let's get into this shit. Like, let's get
oh yeah, for sure,
into
man. Let's tap in first. We gonna talk some sheet talk, man. We gonna
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
so luckily, this is our very first episode, and we happen to start on a day that just been full of shit, bro. We, I mean, I don't really know where to start. I mean, I know where to start, but it's just kind of like,
I mean, shit. I know what you about to go. I know what you about to say. Like, and it's been out there like a motherfucker. Like, it's been thrown around like crazy.
I
But
mean,
what I'm saying, it's out there. It's out there on Twitter, everywhere else, so people know about it. You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean,
Everybody
it's
know.
it's it's just all right. So for anybody that may be living under a rock, it's just been a lot of stuff going on the AEW side of things in Jacksonville. It's a lot of things happening in Jacksonville.
They fucking up in Duval, man.
Yeah, they're and we're actually, you know what? I hate to break the fourth wall, but we're actually recording this while Rampage is on, because I mean we're not watching that shit. But um, yeah, we ain't watching that shit. I mean, we already kind of know. We'll get to that later. We're gonna pivot to whatever the results and all that shit. But anyway, so I believe this was reported by Meltzer today that feeders were sent over to AEW, from WWE, because there were a few talents who were asking for releases. I mean, the biggest release so far that we've known has been Malachi Black, formerly Alistair Black, also known as Tommy End. He recently got his release with conditional requirements. Um, and he supposedly is not the only one who's requested that release. Now, we had our speculations on, like, who those other people could be, but in terms of people that received feeders, so to speak,
Steelers.
fillers, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
fillers. I said feeders. Fillers. Uh, uh, who actually ran to the bosses. They actually ran to the bosses for that, and one of them was uh one of them happened to be Swerve Strickland, who was Isaiah Swerve Scott in WWE. So that's one. Who else was a part of this?
I was hearing the name Adam Cole.
Oh, Adam Cole,
I was hearing
baby,
the name.
Adam Cole,
That
the
name
good
was
old
floating.
Adam Cole.
That name was floating around on Twitter. Adam Cole.
And it just so happens that, I mean, I believe Bobby Fish, who actually just debuted for Impact earlier tonight. Bobby Fish, who got released, he was on a podcast. I don't know which podcast it was. You have any idea?
No, I
No.
don't know.
Okay. Yeah. He was on a podcast and he kind of like really confirmed all of this, saying that he was pretty much trying to get him, Kyle, or pretty the Undisputed Era, him, Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole, like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, Bobby Fish saw a burning building. He saw the building burning, and he said, "Hey, let's get the fuck out of here." And Adam Cole, for some reason, said, I don't like this. I'm going to go tell our boss about this." So I don't know what that was. And Swerve, why you would want Swerve anyway, I don't know. But Swerve goes off and he tells two, apparently. I don't know.
Well,
pretty weird. Pretty weird. But
with Swerve, man, Swerve did that for a reason. To get brownie points, and as we see now, he's getting his brownie points because he's performing at Rolling Loud.
But I mean, like, Rolling Loud, bro. Rolling Loud. Like, let me tell you what's gonna happen at Rolling Loud when Swerve comes out.
Who are these niggas?
Like, that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna come out to fucking silence. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this song?" You know what? He just scared little kids the other day. When they went to go and you know what? Shout out to the wrestling club, by the way, man. Shout out to them kids. Shout out to teacher. Is it Wildflower Perry?
I believe that's what.
Yeah. Shout out to him. I mean, the wrestling club, man. They are having a year, man. Having a year out of this world. I think it's really, really great what he's put together for those kids, and that's wonderful. And shout out to Keith Lee and Swerve.
Nigga really laugh when he says Swerve name. Damn, dog. That's fucked up, man. He really laughed when he said
that. And Swerve for coming out and making those kids. It would have been better if you just didn't cut that music on that shit ass. That shit. Like, as soon as, like, it's like, "Hey, can I play my music?" I mean, it just no. Like, that's exactly what should have been said. Because as soon as his verse came on, them kids was like, who is this nigga?
And as kids, man, when you hear some music as kids, dog, it sounds hype. You get
right.
Hype
they hype. You know what I'm saying?
Like the beginning to it, they was hype as hell and that shit. And then dogs get in there. Remember the middle.
And I mean, it's like they want to hear Uzi, man. They don't want to hear this nigga, man. They want you to jump off top ropes and shit. They don't want to hear that shit, man.
I mean, hey, it's cool, dog. Like, he rap and there, he rap. He does rap podcast, all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't fully critique him on that because I rap. I do podcast. I just don't wrestle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. That shit just.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. That shit's ass. That shit's ass.
Hey, shout out to that nigga.
Hey, for the kids. Hey,
shout out to that nigga, man. Shout out to that nigga, man. I mean, he did some questionable shit. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. I'm gonna put out allegedly. He did some questionable shit with
he
that.
Always does questionable shit though.
But you know what I'm saying? He did that shit because allegedly he did that shit because he's trying to get on the boss's good graces because listen to Renee Paquette's podcast that he was on, Oral Sessions, and he really feels like he's that guy. There's not, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with feeling like you're that guy. But you know what?
You're lying.
He just feel like he that guy, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. I mean, confidence in yourself is great for your self-esteem and all that, man. Like, it's really something, like, having that self-esteem, having that confidence, believing in yourself like that. But bro, just no. Yeah, nah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's whatever. It's if you snitching like that.
Niggas got agendas, dog.
They have agendas. They have certain moves they want to make. You know what I'm saying? I
I
mean,
mean, it wouldn't be some shit I would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't be
no.
some shit I would do. Like, nigga, like, if I do some shit like that, I'm expecting a nigga to come approach me and try to whoop my ass. And, you know, I would never do no shit like that. But, you know, I'm cut from a different cloth, I guess.
Okay, so this is my thing. Okay.
What's up?
I believe in when you make certain moves, you're trying to make your price go up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If someone's sending you fillers, that means they are, especially when it's a former employee, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sorry, a former employer sending you fillers and whatnot. That means they're like, hey, you can come back. We'll give you more money. I'm Kevin Nash to this shit. Okay. I'm doing this for the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm guessing it's because you see my value is a little bit more than it was when we first worked together.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be like, and I'm an analyzer of a situation. That's just the type of person I am. I'm just like, okay, we just had this media scrum. We had Scrumgate happen. Like this is what's going on around me. I got a tag team that just whooped my ass, and they whooping our ass in pops too. Like they're over like Rover, and we'll get into that. You know, when we start talking about this weekend as a whole. Um, I don't think I'm gonna say shit to my neurotic boss who just I mean, who's kind of out of control at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to like what am I going to look like snitching to this motherfucker? Like he's not because all he's gonna do is use me as a pawn in his make believe war that he's made up in his mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then on top of that, you know, I ain't talking about myself, but I'm not that good. Personality wise, I can't dress.
Oh,
Um,
man.
at least, I mean, it's like this. If you somebody be like, yo, he's from like Tacoma, Washington. I'm gonna absolutely believe that nigga's from Tacoma, Washington. Like, I'm gonna look at his jeans, I'm gonna look at his fake ass Jordans, and I'm like, yes, this nigga is absolutely from the Pacific Northwest. And no slander to the Pacific Northwest. I've lived there for a moment. You know what I'm saying? It was cool, whatever. I mean, I didn't live in Tacoma, Washington. I was in Portland, Oregon. But um that makes perfect sense because I'm just like, bro, this you really, really are not that guy. But it is what it is. Like, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna go talking to the boss. I'm not screwing like fuck the bosses. I'm not on the boss's side. I respect them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my boss. I respect you and all that shit. But if somebody's come to me saying, hey, I want to give you more money to do what you do,
And
I'm
the
going to
crazy,
take that. And
and
I'm
the
with
crazy,
the bigger brand, a bigger company at that too. Like, I'm not in some startup shit. Like, I'm
and the crazy part about that too is, I didn't think it was him. I thought it was somebody else that did it, but kind of found out it was him. But no, but I'm saying like the reason why he did that because he's trying to get in Tony Khan's good graces, you know. And it's seemingly working for him right now because they had Kevin Gates there. And they had him walk out with Fabulous, and he got this Rolling Loud thing. So you kind of look at that like, hey, it's working out in his favor, in a way.
I don't think Fabulous knew where he was. I think they
Fabulous there,
threw Fabulous in a
Fabulous there for a check now.
yeah, I think they
That's
threw
what I
him in
said.
a sedan pulled up to his house. He was and they threw him in that sedan and they dropped him off at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Was like,
No,
yo,
he was even yeah. I mean, he was obviously there for a check.
yeah,
Who kid was more into it,
yeah,
and Swerve is actually gonna be a part of Who Kid's set for Rolling Loud. You
for
know what I'm
Rolling
saying, for
Loud.
the for the just Shade 4-5. That's Who Kid shit. So well, it's not who that's Eminem shit, but
Yeah.
who kid is a part of that. But yeah, I mean, in his mind, it's working out for him. Like, hey, I'm that crossover guy that you got that AEW needs.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'll see how. I mean, we gonna see how it works out. I mean, me personally, I don't think much of nothing's gonna come from it. Because I mean, he's performing, and WWE had a fucking wrestling match at Rolling Loud. You know,
a whole match, and it's just like, you know, I know it was like criticized that night. You know, people like, hey, these people don't know what wrestling is, but it's like, bro, you grabbing that crowd. You grabbing that crowd. That crowd is like they're actually seeing wrestling, not the extra shit that you do. They actually
yeah,
like, yo, okay, I'm
yeah.
seeing this product. This shit looks mad cool. And then it was
Mm-hmm.
like they did it with like actual cool people. Like it was what Bianca and
Bianca, Street Profits. I forgot who they was facing that night.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? They showcase black talent right then and
Yeah,
there. You know what I'm saying? Not like, hey,
I
I'm out
think
to wrestle.
you know.
Here go
Hold on,
my
let me
mixtape. Like nigga, like ain't no.
let me Google that. I forgot who was there.
I remember Bianca wrestled at Rolling Loud.
Bianca. Yeah. Hold on, let me Google that real quick. It was Bianca. I'm just trying to think like who was the street. Oh yeah, it was fucking Chad Gable. Fucking
Oh, was he
yeah,
Shorty
yeah,
G at the time,
no,
or was
no,
he
no, it
still?
was
Oh,
Chad
is he?
Gable. No,
Oh,
it was
okay.
Alpha,
American
Chad,
Alpha
yeah,
Academy.
no, Alpha Academy. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, no, but I mean, we'll see what happens. He performs tomorrow. I mean, he performs like when we drop. He's already gonna perform when he drops it. But you know, we'll talk about it like next week or something like that. But you know, all power to that nigga.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Most of.
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Fuck about none of that.
Fuck about none of this shit, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. You a fuck about none of that shit.
Yeah, for sure. Um.
Oh my god.
So
Oh my god.
what news anything else newsworthy today? I can't remember.
The Bray Wyatt, the White Rabbit. That's been
Oh
going
yeah, we
crazy.
got this white rabbit shit still going on. So it
Oh,
looking tonight, I think we actually, you know, again, we fresh off of Smackdown. So um I guess recently at shows now, okay, all my 35 years, I finally went to a live show. This was what, last month?
yeah, last month. Yep.
Yeah, last month we went to SmackDown. It was right before Clash. It was a go home. It was a double taping actually. It was a live show, and then they was taping the go home for Clash at the Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so they haven't been doing. I see how TV works now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they've been playing Jefferson Airplane, White Rabbit uh during the shows and whatnot. So they're hinting at something. A lot of people were saying it's Bray Wyatt making his return back to WWE. I believe this started like last Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Uh,
Yeah.
where where uh where White Rabbit is being played like during commercial breaks or like after shows and whatnot, after tapings. So tonight, oh, they've been also well, actually we can just pivot into Raw right now. We can pivot into the Federation part of the episode. Raw, you've been seeing these mysterious QR codes just popping up everywhere and lights flickering and all this type of stuff, and it's literally been leaving codes, giving clues and whatnot as to what this White Rabbit thing is. Originally, people was trying to connect it to Karrion Cross, who was the White Rabbit and Lucha Underground. And Carrion's been kind of playing. You know, he was playing with people at first, and he just like basically just like, yo, it ain't me. You know, it would be kind
Mm-hmm.
of silly for it to be him because you know he's still, you know, doing the Doom Walker gimmick and whatnot. Like, why would you change the gimmick when he just came back in the
You
middle
know,
of a feud?
and you
So
know, everybody was jumping on that because of his character in Lucha Underground, which was the White Rabbit. So that's why they was jumping on that for real.
yeah,
But nah.
yeah, it's not him. I mean, I think all roads are
Bray.
pointing
But
towards
I
Bray Wyatt.
but I will say this though, they're doing a great job at the Easter eggs and all of this. They're doing a great job with that right
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Matter of fact, I mean, well, let's get into Raw altogether. So Raw opens up. We have Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley
now.
for the United States title. We're doing that match. Um I guess maybe I'll get your takes on that match. Then I'll tap in.
Um, it was a cool match, man, but it just felt like their chemistry was off for that match. You know, I give you know what I'm saying it was a good match. You know, we all knew what was gonna happen with Riddle interrupting and causing Seth the match and everything, but it's like it wasn't a bad match. It could have been better, but it was definitely like it went on a little bit. It went on longer than it should have went.
Yeah, yeah, you know what, and to pivot off of what to piggyback what you saying. On paper, it was looking good, the week before, when they first announced it, I'm like, oh shit, like this is pretty cool. Like this is gonna be a good match and everything. And then off the just looking it's just looking at the match as a whole, I kind of felt it was it was a cool match. First, we come into a Raw that I think this week it was Raw going against Monday Night Football, 2 games
Two
actually.
games at the same
So
time. So
yeah, I
yeah,
think this was the lowest rated one in the last 6 weeks since Triple H has taken over, creative and whatnot. But
and it was gonna happen. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it
It
was
was
going to. I mean,
definitely
you're
gonna
going
happen.
against Monday Night Football, uh, week 2, week 2, 2 games. Like, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? I think when it comes to Raw as a whole, I mean, right now the United States title is the top title on the brand right now. They were in San Jose, but we'll tap into that more of that later. I'm just going to talk about this match. Chemistry wise, I felt like Bobby and Seth probably didn't have the best chemistry. Probably because we haven't really seen them wrestle each other like that before.
Yeah.
So it kind of like went on a little too long personally,
Hmm.
but there was some pretty cool spots in there, like when Seth went for the first stomp and Bobby like
Yeah, that was
blocked it.
fire.
Yeah,
That was
with his
fire.
neck, like that shit was crazy because
That was
literally
fire.
no one has done that before with the
That was
stomp.
fire.
I
Hmm.
mean, not even Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, Seth, in the past, Seth had to take out Brock with multiple stumps. But
It made Bobby look really strong
yeah,
when he
it
did
made
that.
Bobby look
That was
really
fire.
strong, which is something I'm really, really pleased with so far with this Bobby run. This face run for Bobby. Like he's made out to look really, really strong. And at the same time, it was no expense to Seth either. You know what I'm saying? Because Seth was still holding his own against Bobby too. It was a real 50-50. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But again, it was kind of predictable. Like I totally expected Riddle to interfere because what's been happening since Clash is Riddle has been getting his ass bitched by Seth ever since, like Seth beat him at Clash. He been whooping his ass every single week since then. So it was time for Riddle to get some get back. So um, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I fucked with it. I fucked with that.
Um,
Um,
up next, up next we had the Judgment Day. Actually, it pivoted into the next match was the Judgment Day, going against Matt Riddle and Rey Mysterio.
that was the next match.
Yeah, I
I
believe
thought
so.
no. Hold on. I don't think that was the next match.
Or was it KO in Theory, or was it the Brutes and Street Profits?
Let me check for you because I'm trying to remember.
Because
Hold on, give me.
we had a lot of matches that night.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of matches that
Yeah.
night. Hold on, give me a minute here. I'm gonna pull up. Shout out to the John Report. That's what I usually go to. Catch some stuff up and all that. I fuck with them. It was Bobby and there was a segment. They showed the highlights from last week. Raw with the Dakota Kai and Io Sky when they beat them, and then the white. That's when the white limousine pulled up and it was damage control celebration. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? It was
okay.
that
So
shit.
they did
Yeah.
the damage control celebration. I think
Hmm.
Bianca, Alexa, and Oscar came out for that one.
Yeah, and they set
And
up the match. They set up for
that
the
was
match later on the night.
yeah, that was more yeah, which became the main event. That had Alexa and Bailey trading a lot of shots back and forth between each other.
Yeah.
That was a
And then
pretty
after
good
that,
segment.
yeah, I fucked with the segment definitely.
Yeah.
I know they kind of like building something with Alexa right now. Like I know she was saying like she wants like more for her character, so they're trying to figure that out for her. So
And actually, well, I'll bring that up when we talk about their match. But I think, yeah. Well, I'm just going like again. I don't know if I'm still going in order or whatnot of that night. I mean, it was Monday. It was a few days. It was days ago. But
yeah, I got you
up
though.
next, Judgment Day defeated Matt Riddle and Rey Mysterio. So
Nah, that wasn't even next. The next one was Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory.
so that was Kevin. So it was KO and Austin Theory after that. Okay,
Yep, after that,
we can
yeah.
tap into
So
we can tap into that one. So
it was a good match.
uh
It was a really good match. Really good
yeah,
match.
real good man. I mean KO. I think this is great for him. I know some people like like maybe this is KO getting put into the title picture, but not yet,
No,
not yet.
they're rehabbing his character right now. And if you notice,
Yeah,
they brought him back to his prize fighter character that was down in NXT. So
yeah,
they giving him a lot right now. Like, and when he cut that promo on Theory last week and cooked his ass,
yeah. Smoked him.
this is he smoked him. This is building up to that. And the match is really good. Like Theory, like the thing with Theory's great. Theory in the ring work, he's great. You know what I'm saying? I just hate his fucking finisher.
His
I
finish. Honestly, I don't know why he just won't go back to the ataxia. I did see him. I did see him do the blockbuster that he was doing in NXT. Like I saw him
hmm
bring that back on KO, and I was like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? I remember like, oh shit, like he bringing the blockbuster back. But that's more so like a signature move of his. But
yeah, like
the
he's
A
really
Town
like
down, man, it's definitely not doing it for me.
it's just like I would have been fine with him having the TKO back. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
and Orton, and he asked Orton if he could use it. Orton's like, yeah, go ahead, I don't care. But I don't know, man. I just hope they switch that. But other than that, man, like one thing, like his character, like Theory's character was like cringeworthy after a minute with the whole Money in the Bank. I'm Vince McMahon's prodigy and all that other shit. But
yeah,
the man can go in the ring. He's young. He can go in the ring. Like he's gonna get better. He's just gonna continue to get
yeah.
better. So
He needs
he
to
can cut
change
it.
up his look a little bit. I
He can
mean,
cut. He can cut a
like
promo. You know what
like
I'm saying? All that.
the soul the patchy goatee thing that's got like just grow a full beard, man.
I think
Like
that's what he's doing. I think that's what
yeah,
he's doing right now. He's trying to grow a full
yeah.
beard.
I
But
think I saw that too. Like I was like I remember sitting there watching. I'm like, oh, it look like he getting a little scruffy. So it looked like he probably
yeah,
trying to grow some shit out. The ring gear definitely should change. The selfie shit needs to go. Like that shit gotta go. The selfie
yeah,
shit, that shit. It was funny at the beginning when he was back when he was kicking Finn's ass every week, for no reason. But it's kind of run its course. I think it's just real obnoxious.
yeah. And
But
then
I do like what they're doing with KO. It kind of reminds me of like I mean it's not the same thing, but remember when like Roddy Piper like was trying to tell Cena like let it go. He slapped the dog shit out of him.
yeah,
Like become a monster, become a beast. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of feel I kind of got from KO. Like, but at the same time, you got to keep KO strong. You know what I'm saying? You got to
hmm
keep him strong. You got to keep him a dog. I absolutely love the fact that KO is a two finisher guy. You know what I'm saying? So he brought back the pop up power bomb. That's what he finished him with. But I
yeah,
know he's still gonna be doing the stunner too,
hmm
because he's got the green light from Austin on that. Like that stunner's not going nowhere.
yeah,
So
definitely, definitely. So yeah, Gargano did a distraction. KO got the
yeah,
win off of that one. So they're building
yeah,
up towards they're steadily building up towards Theory and Gargano. I think that's gonna be at Extreme Rules. So
yeah.
about to see that. But the next part of the show after that was what was this? The Brawling Brutes versus Street Profits.
Oh yeah,
There are a lot of people mad the Street Profits lost, but I was looking at it like you can't be pissed about that because you got to keep the Brutes strong because they have a title match coming up on
yeah,
Friday.
yeah. On Friday.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So yeah, that was a good match too. Ridge Holland's gotten a lot better. It's like
a lot.
he's
Yeah,
gotten more comfortable now. Ever since what I'm saying, the Big E thing and all that shit. So he's getting
because that probably really shook him. That
fucked with him, and and shit, I understand. It will fuck with me too. So he's been getting better. I think also working with Butch has been doing a lot of favor for him. Working with Butch, he under tutelage of Sheamus. So he learned, and it was a good match. You know what I'm saying? Dawkins has been getting a lot better too. And if you notice,
Dawkins ever since we started clowning Dawkins fits, he's been he been showing out in that ring, especially when everybody was talking about split the profit. I don't think that's even happening. They was trying to get him the Marty Jannetty treatment. It's just like, nah, bro.
And that was unfair.
Dawkins not eating that. Dawkins like, yo, I'm not eating that. Also, Dawkins can just fucking go.
The thing about Dawkins too, he's an amateur. He was an amateur wrestler. So it's like, why would you try to put that man out there like that? And also, what I love what he's doing right now too. He's been training at with Natty and TJ. You know what I'm saying? He's been training with them. He's been getting better. So it's like, I got the game fucked up with Dawkins, man. We ain't about to do Dawkins like that.
Yeah, I think the Profits right now they doing what they got to do because they pretty much gonna be next in line. Like when it comes to the tag titles all together, like they're gonna be in that title picture along with Butch and Ridge and Imperium.
Also, you got to throw in too. Whenever Eric comes back from injury, the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, the Viking Raiders.
What's crazy? Like that tag team division has been like turned up like a motherfucker. It's been turned up like a motherfucker. Like it's a lot of teams right now.
It's a lot of teams, and H, man, he loves tag team wrestling, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna make sure we get fed that shit every single show. We gonna tag team events are main eventing now. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the deal Roman has now. So like that's why we seeing a lot of Uso main events and Profits being the main events and
about to start seeing a lot of solo main events too. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for the Braun and Bruce went over.
And I feel the right team won that night. I mean, you got to keep the Bruce strong because they're going to be, we haven't discussed it yet, but they're going to like them and Imperium. They're not done. You know what I'm saying? So they got to, look strong going into this feud with Imperium. So that's and they had to look strong to go. I mean, they got to go toe to toe with the champs. The Usos, the top dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So they had to look strong in that they couldn't be looking silly. They couldn't be losing on Monday.
Exactly. So then we go to a backstage segment where Gargano and Alpha Academy KO show up. So they set up for the match next week for KO and Gargano versus
the Panda Express.
Yeah,
if you don't know what a Panda Express is, tap into Pro Wrestling Gorilla.
Mm-hmm. So we got that, and then we at the Judgment Day segment where they come out to the ring. Get some mic time to cut a promo. Craziest thing, man.
Bro,
Dominic is a heat magnet.
Finn was really like Finn and Damian Priest was like really warming it up for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like before you cook some ramen noodles,
you gotta get Rhea too.
Of course Rhea, Rhea, like they really was like, before you cook some ramen noodles, you gotta boil that fucking water, bro. Like they turned the heat on. You know what I'm saying? They was turning that shit on. Finn really was like funny as shit. Like when he was like, "Hey, let's take the family photo."
Yeah.
That shit was funny. Like he was taking it back to New Japan with that one.
Yeah, he's showing more of his character now. He's more of his New Japan character than his heel run in NXT. The nigga's robotic as a motherfucker, man. Like he thought he was a goddamn Terminator or some shit. But
he was on some other shit.
He was robotic. He was robotic as fuck.
But he was kind of a tweener though, because it was like they still wouldn't boo him. You know what I'm saying?
They booing the fuck out of him now. But yeah, Dominic, man, once he got on that
when Dominic got that shit got hot. Yeah, that was the hottest the crowd got the entire night, actually.
Yeah, that boy's a heat magnet. So that's an interesting thing right there. So then we jump into the match with Ray and Matt Riddle, versus Judgment Day. That was a really good match too. Like that was a pretty good match too. Seth ran out for the distraction and everything. Set everything up for them to lose, and Dominic with the distraction as well. So it's like 5-on-2. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad for Ray and Riddle.
Yeah. And
Ray got
Finn
fucked.
got the pin.
Finn got the
So,
pin.
like I'm telling you, Finn was about to eat another Rey Mysterio pin. It was time, bro. I was ready to load it up, bro.
You can drive a
If y'all know me on Twitter, bro.
job, my friend.
CDL is watching, bro.
Driving Academy will teach you all you need to know.
I was ready to pull that.
Should have saved that one, dog. I feel you. You should have
I
saved
was
that
about
one
to
for.
send this to Finn, bro.
Nah, that should be saved for Lacey. That should be saved for. That should have been saved for Lacey Evans, dog, because she might be done, bro.
Yeah. We
But
gonna get there. We gonna get there, bro.
so after the match, there was a backstage fight with Seth and Riddle, and we get their Extreme Rules match, and I'm very fucking excited for this one.
Oh man,
They
listen.
bringing back the motherfucking fight pit,
The
dog.
fucking fight pit is coming.
Man.
Listen, man. Let me tell you who right now is probably like, yo, what the fuck? I mean, they're not what the fuck, but they want to. I know he wants to scream this shit out in front of the crowd. But William Regal was there right now, bro. Like, not only you bringing a fight pit back, but you bringing back War Games at fucking Survivor Series, man. Like, I mean, this is gonna be wild, and this is right now. Like, I'm making a prediction now. This is where Seth is gonna get packed the fuck up by Riddle. Riddle's gonna fuck him up.
Seth about to get his ass beat.
Seth about to get his ass whipped.
I think Seth about to catch a Thatcher, and then Thatcher got kicked in the mouth, and his tooth fell out.
Yeah. When his tooth, I remember that. When his teeth,
man, man, that fight pit, dude. I can't. That should be the main event. That should be the main event that night. It got to be the fight pit. But
I think so too. Because I mean, we're not clearly Roman's not going to have titles. The titles are not going to be on there because they're saving that for Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
But I feel like that probably should be the main event too. If not that, then maybe Bayley and well, we don't even have a stipulation for Bayley and Bianca yet, do we?
Not yet. Not yet. But I think it's going to. For the way things are shaping up, I believe that's going to be a stipulation there too. But
it's looking like, because we already got the stipulation for Liv and Ronda. That's going to be
but then that's what I'm thinking. That might be the main event, Liv and Ronda, because that's
you think they're going to put Liv? Well, I'm thinking Ronda. Because Ronda in terms of the star power.
To me, it's between that, the fight pit, and there's another match we'll talk about when we talk about SmackDown. That might be it too. But definitely. I'm thinking it definitely. The reason why I'm saying the fight pit, because you gotta build that bitch.
Yeah,
you gotta build that motherfucker.
You gotta build. Then you gotta take it down. Then you gotta take it down in order for the other matches to happen.
Unless they have that off site somewhere. That's the only thing I can think of. But they're gonna have that shit in front of the crowd. They got.
They want to do that off site. You gotta do that.
They gotta have that in front of the crowd.
You gotta have that in front of the crowd.
Man, but I'm definitely looking forward to that motherfucker, man. But next segment, Miz TV. Hey man, look, dog. I'm glad they brought Dexter Lumis back.
Now, this is the thing. So, like, since Triple H has taken over, it hasn't been as, we haven't had the goofy shit. But I think we actually have had the goofy shit. People just haven't been really truly paying attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what this is with the Miz and Dexter Lumis. This is that goofy shit that people like, yo, I need like a goofy segment. Like, it's just been too wrestle, too much pro wrestling. I'm just like, bro, like, isn't this what people have wanted? Then haven't they want pro wrestling?
Dog.
Like, I'm like,
man, hold on, because I got some shit to say about that.
Okay.
Everybody is so fucking nitpicking when it comes to this shit. Like, they got so mad about, the Vince having this and that, and he's not having matches. Triple H gives you that, and he's still bitching about the shit. Now, I will say that there needs to be a balance. There needs
Absolutely.
to be there do need to be a balance, and it's kind of getting there. What we seen on Friday, what we seen on SmackDown, what we're starting to see on Raw with the Dexter Lumis and Miz thing. That's the perfect like pairing. Dexter Lumis and Miz. That's very
Absolutely.
fucking perfect because Miz can work with anything at this point right now.
And not only Miz is working with this, but
Tommaso
Tommaso
fucking
Ciampa
Ciampa.
is working with this shit, bro. Like, I'm like, Ciampa is like really.
Ciampa ain't run, man. Ciampa didn't run from the fucking grind, dog.
Like,
He's stuck
he's
with
not
that
running.
shit.
He's literally like he's actually enjoying this shit. He's like
He's
enjoying the
he's like, I
silliness
got
of it.
kids. I got kids. I got a family. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this shit.
Yeah.
Man, the motherfucker wearing the pink.
No, he looking like a straight Miz nut rider right now, bro. Looking
The
like
only
a
thing,
straight
the only
Miz
thing
nut
I would
hugger,
no, the one thing I
and it's
wish he would have
perfect.
did. The one thing I wish he would have did. I would have loved he did this if he had a suit on every time. Like
Miz wore one.
yeah, that shit would have been fucking hilarious, dog. Like he have a suit on with a little earpiece and the sunglasses, like
Oh
like
my
security.
god, bro.
That shit would be,
Looking like Secret Service, bro. Oh,
yeah, that
dog.
would have been great, dog. I would have loved that shit. I would have fucking loved that shit.
And I mean, we know because like again, like even like back in NXT, like after DIY, after that, like when Ciampa can turn it on, man, like he can turn it on and look and in a way be funny. Like he can be fun. Like the first time when him and Gargano #1, like their first match against each other, when he came out with no music on, literally
Oh, that
everyone,
shit was hilarious.
you suck. You suck. And he was just no music. He just standing there. People thought that was one of the greatest entrances I ever seen in my fucking life.
I went to an NXT live show at the Royal Oak Music Theater. They had one there. Chopper had that same show. All you see was just big ass on the Titantron. Chopper. Everybody born this motherfucking dog. Like there was no read music or nothing. You just look up, everybody quiet talking like little pitter patter, the little chatter and everything. They're like, it's dark, and then you see up Chopper, everybody start booing.
And the thing, he won't corpse. He didn't corpse at all. You just think he would just bust out laughing at this shit. Like he just pure fucking asshole. And that's what I'm like. When it comes to the goofy shit, like I get like, since Hunter's taken over, that 24/7 shit, we ain't seen that shit at all. Like everybody even involved with it, we haven't even been saying like they ain't catering with us. Like that's what they wait for the next lumberjack match like we are. But like that goofy shit, like you can keep. But this shit right here, I feel like again, when it comes to pro wrestling does not exist without sports entertainment. Period.
That's the thing, and that's the thing, dude. It needs sports entertainment.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of the great, this. Even Chopper said like he's one of the greatest sports entertainers of all time.
And he says that. He didn't say I'm one of the greatest pro wrestlers of all time. He didn't say I'm one of the best wrestlers of all time. Even though that shit doesn't bother me at all. When Cody says it, it never bothers me. I love it when Cody says the shit. But listen, I'm the greatest I'm the greatest sports entertainer of all time. Like that means I'm about to be doing the serious shit. I'm about to be doing the pro wrestling shit. I'm about to be doing the goofy shit. I don't care. And the shit is like really working, bro. Like this stuff is fun.
That's part of the thing of wrestling. You have to have a fucking character.
Absolutely. And it's like even like Dex, like I don't see like Dex when he's done with this stuff, he has to probably like go bury his face in a pillow from laughing so loudly because I never seen somebody keep their composure like this before. Like when for example, when Miz and Bobby had the steel cage match and Miz is like about to escape and then Dexter Lumis is right there on the floor. Like the camera angle is crazy. You just see Dexter Lumis land on his back half out the apron, bro. Like I'm like, bro, how does Dexter Lumis do this shit without laughing? Without talking, without laughing. I'm like, dog, this is the goofy shit that Pete, like you have to pay attention to this. Like this is the goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this was
here,
it was a great
like here,
segment.
like yeah, it was yeah. Like the thing with Loomis, man, because I remember him with Samuel Shaw when he was
That was
at
Impact, right?
Impact, yeah, man. And like you could like he carried this character, like he's like mild manner guy. And then he went to his Patrick Bateman shit and then carried this shit into where we at now with Dexter Loomis. It's fucking incredible, man. Like
Yeah, it is. It's really good stuff that he does, you know. And he hasn't even wrestled yet. Not on main roster. He hasn't wrestled yet. It's just been fucking with the Miz every week. And it's been great. I mean, you know, a week before that, he was in Miz's house on date night with a picture drawn or whatever. Like we still don't understand what's his obsession with the Miz, but in terms of the segment this past Monday, it was pretty good. Like just seeing Ciampa runs, like he running out the ring. Then when Loomis like pretty much got Miz like almost pulled in, Ciampa comes with the
Ciampa
mic.
fucked him up.
He fucked him up.
He fucked him up with that
Hit him with the mic. He fell back into the hole. He like, I think he's gone. I'm like, Ciampa. I was like, yeah, Ciampa a real one, dog. You know what I'm saying?
All yeah, it was like under that bitch. He like, shit.
Then he came back. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a really fun segment, man.
I think we gonna get a match with them. I think it's gonna be like that little haunted house shit they be doing. Because it's gonna be around Halloween when they have this match. So I think it's gonna be like that haunted house shit where like all the zombies there and shit.
Yeah, or it'll be in like in a warehouse or some shit. Like
yeah,
they do some warehouse like he'll give them like, yeah, meet me at this warehouse, and then they go to the warehouse, and then like they can do some real like little shop of horror shit with this shit.
Yeah,
like, it'll be really funny.
That's gonna be hilarious. So you know, we find out with the matches for next week. You know, Kevin Owens and Johnny Gargano versus Alpha Academy. Riddle versus Priest. That's gonna be a banger too. And then, you know, next segment, you know, Judgment Day talking to Kevin Patrick and shit. And then see Dominic say I got a new mommy now, and he looking at man, that shit's so fucking crazy, dog. She doesn't
real. You see Rhea's body language. She's like, yeah.
That shit was kind of awkward. She like, yeah. Like she looking at that shit like, okay, nah, this ain't
like, yeah, for sure. She's like, he talking about me.
Said mommy
okay.
And then you know, they leave from Kevin Patrick, and then they look up, and the Finn's like, you know, go on ahead. I gotta go holler at this guy. And it's your man's AJ Styles.
AJ fucking Styles. So AJ has been missing. Well, I won't say been missing, but he just
that man been on vacation, dog.
He been on vacation with the family. You know how many kids AJ got? AJ got what, 4 kids? Shit, he was on vacation.
Yeah, Georgia boy. So of course,
he was down there. He went hunting.
4 kids, dog.
Right. He was down there going hunting and fly fishing and whatever the fuck it is that he enjoyed, and playing video games.
He might want to go kick him with Brock in Saskatchewan too.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like so AJ shows up to work again, and because I was wondering what were we gonna do here, because Finn kind of left AJ in the dirt. And you know, because last time we saw AJ, he was leaking. That was when Judgment Day. That was right before Finn joined the Judgment Day, like the night before.
Yeah.
So here we are. We're continuing the story of AJ Styles smoke with the Judgment Day. And
now what I loved about this was Finn. Finn was wilding on that shit too. Finn was wilding on that motherfucker, dog.
Oh yeah.
His prompt, whenever he it's like he's loose now. They don't have no restraints on him.
Yeah, you don't have no restraints. Yeah.
Finn can talk. Finn can fucking talk, man. Finn can talk. And it was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? He did this, you know what I'm saying? Like, did the little too sweet shit and everything. So
he threw up the too sweet. AJ's like, you know what I'm saying? You're a different man now, bro. You're not the same. And then Finn is like, you right. I'm not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been having a ball with this Judgment Day shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I finally got my stride right. You know what I mean?
Hey
Like
man, hold on, dog. The nigga fed me wrestling a myriad leather pants.
and bro, and
I think been having on some dunks. He been wrestling in
he
dunks.
been wrestling in black on black dunks. He been wearing bandanas. Now, has he been winning them all? No, he has not. I'm like, bro, you getting
Man,
close to
hey, man,
getting
look,
that truck driver's license,
hey,
bro.
hey, nigga, no, nigga, they on the streak, dog. He on the winning streak right now.
Now
You
they
know
on
what
the
I'm saying?
winning streak now. You know what I'm saying? They
He
kind of
once,
starting to turn it around.
yeah, man. They really rehabbed the Shadow Judgment Day. They really rehabbed the Shadow Judgment Day.
Yeah.
You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
the Clash loss to me kind of had to happen because again, like you kind of want to, you got to have Edge win and in the UK because this is pretty much Edge's swan song. So like I get that.
Yeah. I think
Um, but yeah, the Judgment Day they went out partying that night, so they went to go party.
I don't know if I want to be a part of a Damian Priest party, man. But we'll go ahead and move on to
Matter of
something
fact,
else.
because Dominic brought that up. Yeah, I heard you got some wild parties, bro. I'm like, oh god, man.
Yeah, we
Like
can ask
they
Riddle.
just
Yeah,
put this nigga in the bed, bro.
yeah, we can ask Riddle about that one, man. So,
Yeah. Let's see what we got. So after that, was that pretty much the going towards damage control?
yeah, going toward damage control and
Now,
everything.
we did have Raquel. Did Raquel wrestle that
No,
night?
no, she ain't wrestled that night.
No, she didn't wrestle. She didn't. It was the week before. Okay,
Yeah.
so this kind of makes sense that again, Bailey. This is San Jose, so Bailey. This is a Bailey night. This is her hometown night. So she was going to be going to main event that night, which is really good. It was a 1-on-1 match with I was about to say Oscar with Alexa Bliss.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a 1-on-1 match, pretty good match too, real solid match.
Yeah.
It ends with and actually and then we pivoting over back to the White Rabbit situation. I don't know if anyone I think people noticed, but we had some lights flickering during this match and a QR code going across the screen.
Yep.
So that kind of gave us our first few clues into this White Rabbit Easter egg that's been swirling around. And of course it makes sense with Alexa Bliss being in the ring because what was happening before Alexa's return was the she was pretty much Sister Abigail. Yeah. So we're kind of piecing things together. Like it's all headed towards the way that we're speculating with that. But overall, it was a pretty solid match. They did have a celebration before to celebrate the Io Sky and Dakota Kai winning their tag team titles.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling about Damage Control so far?
I fuck with it. It's the one thing I fuck with it so much is we have a woman stable.
For sure.
We haven't
Definitely.
had a woman. I don't think I can't remember the last time we had a woman stable for real. So
women stable. Was it Team Bad? Was it?
probably around there. Like Team Bad,
that was
Team
Naomi
PC.
to Tamina and Sasha.
Yeah, Team Bella, Team PCB, all that shit. So that's probably when it was. But no, it was good. It's good to see a woman stable right now. And you know what I'm saying, it's good to see Bailey back too, because Bailey was sorely missed. She was sorely missed.
Yeah, definitely was missed by me. I was definitely missing Bailey. I was like, yo, and I'm glad we got her back this way. She's still a heel.
Mm-hmm.
There was and she brought, because Dakota got released and EO was sitting at the crib, all that speculation. She's gonna go back to Japan probably and all that.
She always wanted to go to the main roster, man. So
she wanted to go to the main roster because she was in NXT for a long time. So it was she brought them back. So I'm really, really enjoying Damage Control a lot. And we're pretty much getting the pivot over into the next challenger for Bianca, which is it's going to be Bianca and Bailey, for the Raw Women's Championship. And that should be possibly getting booked for. Oh, well, actually, he's already booked for Extreme Rules. We just don't
Yeah,
know
we just
stipulations.
probably it's gonna be. It's gonna be. I think the whole night's gonna be stipulations. So I think they're gonna
Yeah,
have
it's
one
got to
fight. So.
be. Yeah.
Mhm. All
So,
right, I was saying we could talk about NXT, but we can kind of skip through that. You know
we can. Yeah, we can
what
kind of skip through it, but just a few things that happened at NXT. Of course, we
I'm
had Axiom and
saying?
Nate
So
Frazier too.
first off, Solo dropped the title, so they're gonna be
Oh,
doing
yeah.
a ladder match at Halloween Havoc when they get that
Halloween
ready.
Havoc. So we're doing. Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing a North American tournament, North American title tournament right now. The first
Mhm.
match. What was it? The first match was it Oro? Oro
Yeah,
versus
It was
Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller, yeah, and
Yeah, and Oro won
Went
that,
over with
and
Luke Cage. I
that
don't
shit
know.
is weird. They need to stop that now. They need to stop that shit right now. Stop
Hey
that
man,
shit. Stop that shit. That shit's weird. That shit is fucking weird. Stop it. Stop
Fuck
it.
no, baby.
Stop it. Stop
this
that
man,
shit.
this man, eye bleeding this shit and everything. Dog, they doing
Bruh, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was in and out on NXT. And then this was a tape. This was also a tape NXT because I'm guessing we getting a changeover to
Yeah,
the next new
it's
era.
gonna be a lot of changes going on with that. But yeah, that
Yeah,
shit was
that
hilarious,
shit.
dog.
Yeah, fuck out of here. We had Axiom and Nate Frazier too. Nate Frazier wins.
Little Seth
Yeah,
Rollins,
little
man.
Seth. Yeah, my man's wearing pants now. He wearing them Seth pants. It's about to get dark, bro. Hey, Frazier's with it,
I'm waiting for him to get called up, dog, so he could be like, so he could be wearing the goopy ass shit Seth be wearing, man. And shout out to
bro.
Makazi too. Shout out to Makazi too. Makazi putting them fists together, dog.
Oh yeah, yeah. Makazi is yeah. We gonna talk about that shit later. we got a whole lot to talk about with that.
Yeah, we'll say that for another show. But yeah,
Yeah,
man. That was the fire match, man. I'm thinking they building that up to make them a tag team or something like that.
possibly. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying that too.
simple formula. You know what I'm saying? How they did with Sheamus and Cesaro. I love that. I love that series that they had, man.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
made them a tag team and all that. So that's probably going to end up happening. Damn. Let me pull that up because we can just run through that
We
real.
also, oh yeah, I remember. We also had I think Cora Jade versus
What the fuck was that? Wendy Chu.
Wendy Chu. Yeah, Cora
Yeah.
Jade wins that main event.
Hold on, hold on. We be getting something pretty big. We be getting something big, dog.
What?
My man's Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
Oh yeah, Carmelo.
They lost to Chase U, man.
Yeah, they lost to Chase U. Very weird decision there because I believe Carmelo got pinned by Chase.
Yeah,
If I'm not,
they're pretty much building up like a Carmelo losing streak right now.
yeah, they gonna build that up.
They gotta give him some character, dog, because he needs some character.
I'll tell you this: they got to get Trick away from like him and Trick. They gotta go.
You
Like
ain't feeling it?
it's time to move Trick. Yeah, it's time to get Trick because Carmelo hasn't had a statement win without Trick interference.
Yeah, that's true too.
It's been a
That's
while.
true.
It's been a while. Like, and it's just like, bro, Trick gotta fucking go. Like he's like, we gotta get Trick away from Carmelo so Carmelo can do this. I in terms of the North American title, I don't feel like that needs to go back on Melo. I feel like that's probably Wesley should win that tournament.
It's gonna be Wesley. It's probably gonna be
Yeah,
Wesley. I got two
and
people in mind. Wesley or probably Von Wagner.
Von Wagner. Yeah, I can see King Von. I can see
Yeah,
King Von.
I call
King Von doing it.
that's my dog Tuesday. We don't call him nothing. We call him Tuesday.
Come Tuesday.
Come Tuesday.
Von Wagner is just he's a weird. It's a weird thing, but you know what? I love his Death Valley driver. Like I like the finisher that he does.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like that. Matter of fact, because he just beat on Tuesday. He just beat God. He just big dude. Sangha. Yeah, he just beat Sangha and he hit him with that driver. I'm like, damn, that driver is
Hey
clean.
man, Sangha look like a virtual fighter character, dog. I ain't
He
gonna lie
does.
to you, man.
He does.
He look like a virtual
he
fighter.
look like Tekken DLC. Like
Yeah.
for real. Like,
Hmm.
but I fuck with Sangha though. I like honestly what they doing with Sangha. I feel like they should need to do with Veer Mahan, but we can get into that later.
Yeah. But they had a couple of other matches. The women had a tag team match. Toxic Attraction went over. I don't know what they're building for that. Creeds are getting ready for Damon Kemp. Hey man, that shit funny.
Damon
Brian
Kemp
Break.
did a promo that was interesting.
Uh, he's a
um,
he's an okay talker, man.
yeah, he a okay talk. Like he's
He,
an okay talk. He's gonna get better. He's gonna get
Yeah,
absolutely
he's
better
gonna get better.
talking.
He can go in the ring. He can go in
Yeah,
the ring
he can
too.
go in the ring. Yeah,
They're building up. They're definitely gonna build up him versus Roddy though. They definitely building that. They definitely building up for that.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, they a couple of other matches that were there.
It's gonna be a while
Earl,
before we see Roddy though. Roddy, I believe he
man,
had neck surgery.
did he have neck surgery?
Yeah, I think that's what he went out for. Like that's why he got written off. I mean, he didn't get written off, but he's out right now because I think he had to get neck surgery.
Fuck, that's terrible.
So
Shit, we're going to the main event, which was JD McDonough versus Tyler Bate, which was a great match.
oh yeah, great match, but the overall thing surrounding their whole match was finally the Czar himself shows up on NXT. And if you don't know who the Czar is, I will suggest you go look up Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov is really one of the reasons you probably would have tuned into NXT UK. If you
Him
have not
and
tapped into
yeah.
who Ilya Dragunov is, I suggest you go watch Ilya Dragunov versus who then was Walter Gunther. Watch the UK championship match. That shit. Whew. Yeah.
You talking about a violent fucking
Brutal.
match.
You talk about a brutal match. You talk about
And
you
what
want to
made
see
it
brutality before Sheamus and Gunther. That's the one.
and what made it even more brutal? There was nobody. It was in an empty arena.
It was in an empty
like,
arena. It was in an empty arena
like,
because this was
like you can't.
going on
Like you could just. Like you could just.
during virtual. Yeah.
Like you could just hear everything, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, damn. I'm looking at motherfucking. I'm looking
Actually, it
at
was
Braun.
some people in attendance at that one. It was, but it
No, there
was
was.
like talent. It was like
Yeah, like
talent
talent.
in
Yeah,
the audience. It
yeah,
wasn't.
like
Yeah,
talent, and film crew and shit.
yeah,
But nah, man. JD heard that music. He like,
yeah. JD was like, "Oh
no.
shit." He heard the boogeyman. He was like, "Oh Lord." I do
Man,
wish it was Dragunov's old theme though. I do wish
yeah,
it was
his
that.
whole thing was fire, man. But I'm
But
gonna just say this for Brian, dog. Brian, be careful, man.
hey, pray for Braun. Pray for Braun, man. Because this is the thing. Like this, now we're here. Now we're at the part where Braun has people that he's going to compete against now, and I feel like when it comes down to him losing the NXT title finally, I think Dragunov is the guy.
I was thinking Dragunov or yeah, it ain't gonna be Carmelo. Carmelo got a little
Nah,
bit more time to
Melo's
go.
not. Melo's probably going to be down the line before his
Mhm.
call up eventually. But
Yeah.
that was NXT. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
NXT. So we're done with that. So we now it's time to pivot over to Jacksonville. Uh we had a pretty good event for AEW. You know, Grand Slam. AEW Grand Slam. Tony Khan was highly promoting this event,
Saying a bunch of bullshit.
saying about like, you know, I
See, here's my thing with Tony Khan, dog. Here's my thing with Tony Khan.
Fire up the backwood.
Here's my thing with Tony Khan, dog. This is my thing with him. I just need him to run his race. Just stay in your lane, run your race. Stop
that's
worrying
all
about
we
sending
asking for. That's all we asking for.
stop sending shots about what WWE is doing. Come out from there, Northeastern is the real crown jewel, not that Saudi Arabia bullshit. It's just like, dog, like Crown Jewel is named after the fucking prince of Saudi Arabia. To play on that.
And not only
They're not
that,
saying the crown jewel of wrestling is in Saudi Arabia. What the fuck?
not only that, you and your father have business over there. Okay, y'all have business over there.
You're lying.
Like, stop it, bro. Stop it. Stop it, Tony. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And then on top of that, the other cap that this month, like, you're talking about New York, the no reasons the crown jewel and all this shit. How the fuck would you know that when all you do is have every single pay-per-view in Chicago? Every single pay-per-view is we're always in fucking Chicago. So don't give me that crown jewel bullshit. Like, you haven't, like, touch another region. Touch another region. Like, and if you ain't there, then you going to, like, yeah, you went to Buffalo when we're in Buffalo when MJF came back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, yeah, you went over there, you tapped over there for a second. Then what happened? You go right back to fucking Chicago. Like, I don't want to hear that shit, man. You've been in Chicago more. Forbidden Door was in Chicago. I'm like, bro, like, if this such a crown jewel, why the hell you ain't tapping in more? Why is Chicago getting every goddamn thing? There's no hate to Chicago. I mean, we know why you was in Chicago so fucking much. Is because of that moron that pretty much is the cause of all your pain right now. But whatever. We started this podcast pretty much after all this, like, a lot of this bullshit. I mean, it's still going on, still ongoing, still whatever. Suspensions have been laid down. When it comes down to Pepsi Man, as Sky High Eve says on the Black Announce tables, I call him a soda man. Same shit. When it comes down to him, I mean, we don't really fucking know what's gonna happen. There's rumors that he might be getting bought out.
No, I'm gonna say this. Shout out to the A Show. Shout out to RNC. They said he fired. They said he fired.
Yeah, they say he's fired. They say he's fired, but they're trying to buy out.
But no, the buyout contract.
Whatever.
Look, it is what it is. They said the motherfucker's fired, and they said on their show. But let's get to the first match. The Ring of Honor World Championship. Claudio Castagnoli versus Chris Jericho. Pretty cool match, man. It was a good match.
This is shit I'll be talking about, man. Like, when it comes to Jericho, look, like,
hey, Jericho Teflon, dog.
Jericho gets himself over, and then, like, you're masking in this idea of him reinventing himself. It's just such bullshit. And then this has to be done at the expense of Claudio. This is done at the expense of Claudio.
And the thing is, it was a good match. It was a
good match. It was a good match. Like, I was just like, damn, like, this shit is, like, good. Like, I'm enjoying this shit. And then I'm just like, like, on top of that, like, when Jericho hits the Judas effect on Claudio and barely hit him, like, by the way, like, oh my God, he barely hit him with the Judas effect, and then he goes down 1, 2, 3, clean pin. I'm just like, Claudio, isn't this the shit that you wanted to get away from?
Hey man, look, man, Claudio got paid.
You got paid. He got paid. Hey, you got paid. Again, I'm all about the money. You got paid. I get that, but I'm like, bro, you said you want to go over to here. You want to go over to this company and wrestle people you wouldn't normally wrestle. Like, you've wrestled Jericho before. Now you just ate a clean pin to Jericho and you just lost the title to him. So it's just like, what the fuck are we doing? Whatever. Okay, next match. Or whatever. I mean, or you want to talk about this more. Oh, and then at the end, Jericho goes up the ramp with the ROH world title. Danny Garcia is right there. Danny Garcia's kind of got this look on his face. It's just like, okay, but it's weird because Danny Garcia has the pure championship. He has the ROH pure championship. Some people are saying, like, oh, this is going to cause conflict to where where Garcia is going to challenge Jericho eventually for the world championship, but he has the pure title. So what are we going to do? Like, what was the point of putting a pure title on him? Because if it was like that, we could have just did a pure championship thing between him and Jericho, and Claudio could have just been going against somebody else with the world championship. Because how the fuck does Chris Jericho even get this is my problem with the booking. Like, how does Chris Jericho even become number one contender of the ROH World Championship? Like, what are we doing? After he just lost in the AEW tournament. How is he the number one contender for the fucking ROH World Championship? How? Explain this to me.
I can't. I can't.
I'm just like, what the fuck? Because I remember seeing the card. I'm like,
they need a
Chris
booker.
Jericho versus Claudio for the ROH World. And then not to mention, this is 2 weeks prior, Claudio was defending this motherfucking title on Dark.
They just need. Let's go to the next match, man.
Let's go to the next match. Go to the next match. Go to the next fucking match. This shit doesn't make sense to me, bro. Oh shit.
The Acclaim versus the Swerve and Our Glory. And
great match.
Great match.
The right team won. The fucking clean win.
Hey man.
Everything went the right way.
Hey man, look, dog. Let me start with this first. They had Fabulous come out there.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, man.
Hey man, look,
Jesus
dog.
Christ.
Hey, look, man. They threw Fab a check, dog. Fab like, fuck it, I'm gonna come out there.
This monkey swaggerless.
Hey man, we talking about hey, you know, my man Swerve, the mogul, as he calls himself. So, you know,
another trash fit, another trash ass fit, another guard. This motherfucker come out with an NBA jacket, big logo NBA jacket. I'm just like, bro, what year? What year are you? Like, even back when we had the NBA shit, the NBA logo pant, we wouldn't even wear that shit back then.
Yeah,
this is like 04. Like we not like this. Oh,
so anyway, you know, they came out. The Swerve got booed, you know, rightfully so.
Turn up.
So then the Acclaim come out, get them crazy
explodes,
ass pop. Explode pop, and then my dog DJ Who Kid come out there, and I just want to say this: Excalibur, fuck you, okay? Because you fucked up Who Kid's name. Who Kid?
Wait, what did he say?
DJ Who Kid, like that? Like, no, nigga, bro, that's not. And I got pissed about it, man. I'm like, bro, Who Kid ain't put all them gunshots in the Junior Radio mixtapes for you to fuck his name up like that?
He did not.
Yeah,
this is why I'm like, this shit is just so fucking performative and co-opted and so it's such bullshit. But whatever. Continue.
Anyway, so you know, Who Kid come out with them, they have the match and everything. One person that impressed me, you know, Max Caster did his rap. Could Swerve. He could both of them. But one thing, the person that Bowens impressed the shit out of me that match.
Bowens, to me, I feel like Bowens is the most over out of this whole collective. But I mean, they're over. But Bowens, I'm like, this guy, like, Bowens is working. You know what I'm saying?
Bowens can work. Bowens can work. He can sell.
He can sell. He can talk. The scissor me daddy ass, that shit is over like Rover.
Man, look,
I mean, he got Billy Gunn looking like the coolest fucking person in the world right now.
And you know, and Caster too, man. Caster has improved a lot. I'm actually enjoying Caster's matches now.
I don't fuck with Caster completely still, because it's still nasty taste in my mouth over the lyrics that he's done before. But like when they did that, listen, I mean, bro, like, come on. What can you do? It's over. It's over.
And this is the thing with AEW. That's a homegrown talent right there. That's homegrown talent right there. That team being
playing. Not WWE guys. The only WWE guy there, I mean, was Billy Gunn and Keith Lee and Swerve. But it's just like the ones who were over is your guy. Those are your guys.
Mm-hmm. So no, they you know, a lot of dramatics to there, a lot of near falls. It told a great story. And then when they finally went over and when they finally put them over and won a championship, crowd exploded for that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think it's going to be building towards Swerve and Keith Lee having their feud, which is like, you know, it's
Yeah,
like cool.
yeah, for
It's
sure.
like cool. Like cool.
Yeah,
Let's get that going, man.
yeah.
But no,
Now
you know what I'm
Booth.
saying?
Yeah,
But no, shout out to Acclaim, man. They worked their asses off, and they're at this point right now, you know. And
for sure, definitely.
big shout out to Bowens. He's the first gay champion for AEW. You
For
know,
AEW, yeah.
so
Shout out
mhm.
to Bones for that, man. Shout out to
yes,
him for that for
yes.
sure. So what do you think is next for the Acclaim?
It's probably gonna end up being
Don't say
the Gun
FTR.
Club. No, Gun Club.
Oh,
Gun
the
Club.
Ass
I
Boys.
think cause that's I think they're gonna go over FTR because they set up that match, you know, for a number one contender. But
Yeah,
I think the Gun Club can go over. Because
probably. Yeah.
there's a story. There's a story there.
Yeah,
There's a
there's a
story
story
there.
there. You know,
Yeah.
you stole our father. So I mean, if
So yeah.
you know want to make a story out of it, I
Now
hope
what I'm
you make
hoping,
the story
now
out
what
of
I'm
it.
hoping that they're not gonna do is just have the Acclaim be transitional champions like how Swerve and Our Glory was. But you know, which is
Nah,
a
nah.
yeah,
I
I
would.
agree.
I'm thinking it was honestly. I feel like transitional wise, they had a long enough. I
Yeah,
mean, they had it enough to finally do what they need to do to get to their next step. Because if Swerve and Keith Lee's about to feud, then that they did it was more than a transitional thing. So
yeah. So what I'm thinking next for Swerve, he's gonna feud with Keith Lee. You know, we're gonna get that, and I think Swerve's gonna use this hip hop mogul thing as a like a heat magnet or something. And I think he's gonna have his own version of Hit Row there, and that's going to be something because you already know there's gonna be some bars thrown his way.
who would excuse me, who would even be in this hit role with him?
Hold
That's
on,
what
let
I'm
me switching out my earphones.
oh, oh shit. You still muted. Oh, okay, I got you.
Gotta connect these real quick, but no, as far as that is concerned, I don't know. Like I think
Mm,
All right, can you hear me now?
yeah, I hear you.
Okay. As far as that is concerned, I don't know. But I think he's gonna have his own faction because you know AEW loves factions. So I think he's gonna have his own shit. We gonna see for that. You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
It's kind of it was good, and then in like
Yeah, these bitches are terrible. I'm gonna get all this technical difficulties, but I mean, all that in a minute. So words. Let me do this a little bit.
all right, we good. All right, we good now.
yeah, we good now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for these bitches to charge up a little bit. But
Oh.
no, as far as like him, I don't know who he gonna have. I don't know who's gonna be in his like his crew or anything like that. But they gonna give him something, man. It's gonna probably be some people that we haven't never seen before or something.
I mean, I feel like if you wanted to do that, then you probably should have saved Lee Moriarty and maybe Stoke. You could have
Nah,
put,
nah,
but I
nah,
mean, yeah,
nah.
no. But
nah.
Lee Moriarty, I could say, yeah. But Stoke,
Shit, I think not even him. To be honest
yeah,
with you, man, not even
no,
him. No, not even Lee Moriarty. Nah.
because I'm like, who the fuck would even be in this shit? But I don't know. I mean, but we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
what how that how that
Next segment is
transition.
MGF interrupting Wheeler Yuta. You know, my man Wheeler Yuta coming out looking like an accountant. You know,
You know, and I hate to bring up like Cornette, but you know, Wheeler useless, like he likes to call him. They sent Wheeler Yuta out there to die. Cause I'm just like, okay, I'm sitting like this is me as a watcher. Okay. I'm sitting here watching. I'm like, why is Wheeler Yuta out here? Like, why? Like, okay, like why do we need to talk to Wheeler Yuta? This is Grand Slam. Like, why are we talking to him? He has no belt. Is he going to do a rematch with Danny Garcia or what? Like what the fuck? And then what happens? MJF music hits, and I'm like, oh, you sent him out there to die. This is what we're doing, and that's exactly what happened. You
and
fucking killed him.
yeah,
Like he tried to go on the mic, MJF. just went visceral. He called Tony Schiavone fat. You know, the same MJF shit, same old shit.
Talked about, you know what I'm saying? He had to be edgy. Talked about
Talked about what was it, Mox alcoholism again?
like
Did he do that again?
Mox alcoholism, Daniel Bryan's concussions, Real Regal's being the pill head, and then
Yeah.
Wheeler Yuta pushed the shit out of him. Then
Yeah, same old shit, man. Same
then
shit. Same
Wheeler Yuta
old
got
bullshit.
really, Tony Schiavone got pushed, and he just fell like he nigga fell like Shaq when he got pushed. And then here come Morrissey coming out there. He whooped they whooped the shit out of Wheeler Yuta. I was just looking like, nigga, where the fuck was Claudio at? I know he lost his match, but bro, where the fuck you at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Claudio's nowhere to be. No BCC is anywhere to be found to help Wheeler Yuta. So yeah.
So then we had Jay Cargill. Then we found out Trina showed up.
Trina, like, what is this? Is there like, we love Jade. Okay, we love Jade over here. Is there a reason why she does not wrestle on Wednesdays?
The only person you gotta ask about that, man, is your man's Tony Khan, bro.
I mean, like, because we get cut the shit every Wednesday. We don't get
if you notice that
shit in the ring.
If you
it got censored. It's been getting censored.
Yeah, it's been getting censored. You know what I'm saying? WB like, oh no, we ain't about to have this shit, buddy.
Yeah, WB Discovery stepping in there. They're like, not too many shits. Not too many shits.
Yeah. So, Trina showed up. I seen some shit on there that said like WWE didn't bring nobody's biggest Trina. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Sure. So I was like, all right, cool.
Then who's saying this shit?
Man, look, bro, we know who's saying this shit.
These ain't black people saying this shit. I know it's not black people. I know it's not black people saying this shit.
Hey, next match. Next match. Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Watch that.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it real with you. And I don't dislike either one of these guys. I don't dislike Orange Cassidy. I don't dislike Pac. When they were out there, I paid this no attention. I was so over it. And that's the thing about, like, I turn on Dynamite, I get into the first 45 minutes, and then I'm just like, I'm thinking about, like, damn, I want a cheeseburger. Damn, I need to go to the bathroom. Wow. But anyway, yeah. So I didn't pay this match no mind. But it was two good spots in this match. It was. And it was DDTs. And actually, you know what? I think there wasn't a Canadian Destroyer in this match either. So that's the other good thing. Because, y'all use the Canadian Destroyer like as a fucking suplex. Like, but whatever.
Pac went over.
Pac goes over. And he sold two great DDTs. So that was pretty cool.
He got his lick back though when he hit him in the face with that hammer. He got his lick back.
Yeah. So I'm guessing like he's turning. But is Death Triangle a heel stable?
I don't know. Next match. The interim AEW Women's Championship match. Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And Athena. Same time slot every night. Every Wednesday, same time slot.
9:20. I timed this match.
It went on for about 10 minutes. They gave him 10 minutes.
It did. They gave him 10 minutes because you were not going to 9:30 because 9:30 somebody's going to get a pin, and they absolutely made sure of that because it was a rushed finish. It was a roll up from Toni Storm to, I think she pinned Britt.
Yeah.
Britt was out there bleeding. Jamie Hayter comes running out there again. We don't know what the fuck if Jamie Hayter was going to be turning on Britt or Jamie, like, it's been teased, but last week she hits Tony with a chair and then argues with Britt, and then they run out the ring arguing. Then this week she comes out there, she's arguing with Britt again, but then they just start stomping the fuck out of Tony.
Mm-hmm. And
this is fucking stupid. But okay. What the big thing that happened here was the debut of Saraya,
Soraya, aka Paige.
formerly known as Paige in WWE.
She hasn't been cleared to wrestle.
Still not cleared to wrestle. We're looking at this whole thing, we're looking at this whole thing like people are like, oh my god, Saraya, Paige, whatever, she's back. Then some of us with logic and that uses our brains, we're like, is she cleared to wrestle? And it just so happened today, it's been confirmed she is actually not cleared to wrestle.
Now she also came on too and said, "Don't believe the dirt sheets. I'll see y'all on Wednesday." I was just like,
Oh brother,
like,
oh
man.
god.
Everybody calling her a game changer. I'm like,
Okay.
everybody calling her a game changer. I'm like, y'all say it's about everybody that show
They
up.
say that about everybody that shows up for a
He said
pop because
he said it's about Claudio and they have no direction for him. He
no,
hasn't even
yeah,
had
he just jobbed out the title to Jericho, so
he don't even
there's
have a
that.
feud. You don't even have a feud right now. So okay, sure. And you can say game changer, but at the end of the day, these storylines in AEW has been trash.
Absolutely, because I just gave an example. The Jamie Hayter and Britt, like this shit made like none of this shit makes sense.
Yeah.
That
So
makes no sense. Like I'm like, bro, whatever. It
I
makes
mean,
no sense.
because it's gonna be like this. Eventually, they're gonna clear her, and I
Yeah,
just hope that she's gonna be okay. I hope that she's okay because
yeah. One neck injury, man. It's
these motherfuckers is dangerous there. Like Brian,
yeah.
Brian had a fucking concussion.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Something that
They didn't.
he did not get when he came back in WWE.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna see. But going to the last match of the night, Brian and Moxley. To be honest with you, I didn't even catch this match, but I heard it was pretty good.
Um, it was a good match. It was a good. I mean, it's your typical half hour AEW match. Like we're doing, let's see, 10 minutes of strong style chops.
Yep, of
We
course.
chopping the shit on each other for 10 minutes. Headlocks. Then we do another 10 minutes of uh we outside of the ring stumping each other, you know, stumping each other, doing little holds and shit, and then we back in the ring, and then Daniel Bryan took two Death Riders. One of them he took on the ramp, which I'm like, why the fuck would you have Daniel Bryan do that spot on the ramp? Like we're talking about someone with concussions and you doing a Death Rider on the ramp. And he kicked out of that. He kicked out of the other Death Rider. So I'm just like, at that point, I'm like, okay, so Daniel Bryan's probably gonna win this. I mean, not Daniel Bryan, I'm sorry, Bryan Danielson is probably gonna win this shit. And no, he didn't. The Mox ends up winning it. I think it was a clean. I think it was a pin. I think he won by pin. I can't really remember. Um, I don't think it was by submission. I know he did a Lambell lock on Mox, but Mox was able to get out of it. Um, but yeah, that's that. So
Um,
Mox is what 3-time
yeah,
AEW World Champion
Mox is the face of
within
that
a
company.
month.
Mox is the face of that company. Like,
Yeah, Mox is the guy. Yeah, he's the guy. Yeah,
he's
he's the
their
guy.
guy. He's their guy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
And
know you want to go on vacation, but you're not going on vacation.
yeah,
Thanks to Soda Man, you're not going on vacation. But the thing is, I kind of see where this is going. Like, he's probably gonna be able to finally take a break because he's gonna drop that to MJF.
oh, that's good. Yeah, he dropping like the MJF.
Yeah, he's gonna drop that to MJF. So that's,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought Danielson was gonna win, but
I
Danielson's the
would have
same
put
person
I would have put the belt on Danielson. I
who
would have put
said,
the
but Danielson said in the sheets, he said like, I'm winning the world title is not really important to me. Like, I'd rather just have good matches. So I
I
was
mean,
just
he
like,
probably don't give a fuck about the title. He probably don't give a fuck
yeah.
about the AEW title anyway. So he's just like, whatever.
Yeah,
But
he's probably like this shit didn't change hands 3 times within a month. So like, Like, it's in the dirt right now. But
Yep.
I mean, it could be the women's title. So I guess, that's the trade-off. The women's title, fucking just whatever. Drop the interim, man. Stop that shit. Like, just stop.
They just need to book that division so much better. But
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we can talk till we blue in the face about that shit.
yeah, but let's go to SmackDown.
Okay, we pivoting to
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
go.
Let's
Close out
go
with
to
SmackDown.
SmackDown. So tonight, well, again, I'm breaking the fourth fucking wall. But SmackDown, we had that in Salt Lake City tonight. Man, what an opening segment. What an opening fucking segment. Yo,
Man,
what?
look,
Turn that shit up.
man, look, dog. Sami Zayn is on a generational run right now.
Bro, Sami Zayn. Listen, I was ready tonight. I was ready to be like, Sami, it is CDL time. And I mean not that in a bad way. Usually I'm talking about CDLs. I'm talking about people, it's time for you to really go. When I say CDL time for Sami, I'm like, bro, like you about to get clapped. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the type of energy that was in that house that night tonight, bro. Like Sami was like, you know what I'm saying? Like they Solo, he acknowledged the tribal chief. He acknowledged his tribal chief tonight. So that went in a direction that I knew it would go into. I'm looking. Things are really looking up for Solo, man. They really, really are. Like
they are really presenting him.
yeah, they present him
really
exactly the way I like street champ. Like they really present him in that way. Like I knew he would be that enforcer for them, for the bloodline. The Usos are the lieutenants, and big boss is Roman, and the consigliere is Paul Heyman. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some real mob shit going on over here in the bloodline, bro.
Man, but dog, when Sami, when they were about to leave the ring and Sami cut him off,
And Sami spoke up, bro. Listen, I knew some shit was on the table when they first came out because I'm like, okay, we got new merch alert. Okay, we got new merch alert. We got We Don't Want shirts, bro. Sami come out there with that dirty, same dingy ass bloodline shirt, bro. This nigga, I had tweeted, I was like, yo, Sami look like he pledging for Q right now. Like, like, so he comes out with this dirty ass shirt on, and we go through the whole thing, the acknowledgement and everything, and then Sami speaks up, and I'm like, oh shit, we about to do it. I said it's happening. It's about to happen.
No. Look, Jay Uso, dog.
Jay Uso is fucking ready, bro. Like he is ready for this nigga to be gone.
Look, when Sami cut the music off, Arya's just like, what you doing, Uso? What you doing? What you doing?
Dog.
And then
Jay
Roman
was
like,
ready, bro.
And then Roman was like, you gotta take that shirt off.
You gotta take that shirt off.
Arya's like, take the shirt off, Sami.
Take the fucking shirt off. Take the shirt off. Bruh, I was like, yo, it's over. Like this, then not only he yelling, take that shirt off. He rips the shirt off of Sami Zayn. And I'm like, oh yeah. They about to put Sami on the t-shirt, bro.
And then you see Sami's face, man. I'm like, oh my god,
bro,
man.
Sami was looking like I'm like, dog, they didn't snatch this man chain.
And then here come Roman, dog. He's like, I never want to see you in this bloodline shirt. And he should never wear a bloodline shirt because Reigns got Sami a new shirt.
A new shirt, not bro. Another new merch alert, bro. New merch alert.
Got merch, dog. It says SZ Honorary Oos.
Honorary Oos, man.
Nigga,
put that in the
Jay's
tonight.
Jay's face, dog. Oh,
priceless. Priceless.
He was so sick. He was so sick, dog.
Yo, rest in peace. Because instantly in my mind, rest in peace to Young Dolph, bro. Instantly in my mind was that picture of Young Dolph and Yo Gotti on stage. I said, we are here. This is where we at, bro.
The only thing that popped in my head was wah, wah, wah. Nigga was mad. He was
Jay was like, I can't whoop this nigga ass. He said he was like, dog. He just couldn't believe Roman was pulling that out the pocket. Like,
Dog,
nah,
he ran the
still
Jimmy did the
good.
clean. He ran the Jimmy did the cleanest handshake with Jimmy and shit.
Oh my god, when they did the shake, oh my. Bro, I lost it, man. I was on the fucking couch screaming when they did the handshake. It's like
Oh my
everybody
God,
knew
man.
except Jay. That's the thing about it.
Yeah, Jay didn't know, dog.
Jay, it's
Jay
like they
was,
left Jay out of it. They was like, "Yeah, don't tell Jay. We gonna surprise Sammy tonight." It's like
but I'm saying,
everybody knew but Jay.
but also starting to see a little bit of dissension with Roman and Jay because
Yeah,
Jay was trying to do it. Jay was trying to do his shit. Roman like, give me the mic, nigga. He's like, no, we ain't got time for your shit right
yeah.
now.
We ain't
Give me
got
the
time for that shit. Give me the fucking mic. Yeah,
mic. Give me the
exactly.
mic. But nah, man, like that shit was hilarious, dude. That shit was hilarious, man. I'm gonna get MVP that night. I'm gonna get MVP of that segment to Jay, dog, because Jay
Yeah,
sold that
Jay,
shit.
Jay definitely like
Jay,
if I had to do an MVP 1A, 1A, 1B, it's definitely Jay and Sammy, like off the rip. Like they fucking sold that shit, man. That was a
was also
perfect
hilarious too.
18 minutes. 18 minutes spent. That shit was great. That was
Was
perfect.
also hilarious was when Sammy went to go hug Roman. Roman cracked the fuck up, man. He
Yeah,
couldn't even
bro.
hold. He couldn't even keep
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Ever since this Sammy thing started, every time when it comes to Roman, I'm just like, how does Roman not corpse? Like,
Like
cause you can tell
Jay be
Jay wants to
corpsing.
corpse.
No,
Jay,
JB be corpsing like a motherfucker.
bro, Jay be
He
corpsing.
can't hold that shit either.
He cannot hold that shit. He's just like, bro, this shit is just too funny. Like, I just can't. Like, Sammy, bro, Sammy is like on some Renaissance shit right now. This shit is
Like he's
this,
having a generational run right now with
yeah,
no title. Like he's like his
no
talent was
title.
nothing.
He taking the bullets. He doing the matches. The matches Roman don't want to do. Sammy right there. Like, I
Man,
mean, this is great. It's really, really good what they doing here. I'm loving the dynamic there. Um, yeah, really, really good segment. Up next.
Liv Morgan and Lacey Evans.
Okay, this
Now,
started off. This this started off. This started off like, why are we here? You know, like, I mean, I don't want to say why are we here because yes, you got to put Liv. You got to put Liv on in some matches. You know, leading up to her match with to Lacey. But I'm like, damn, like the one thing that threw me off, I'm like, dog, y'all gonna have Liv come out during a break? Like she's the fucking champion. Like she ain't even get a full entrance tonight. I'm like, I didn't even like. I'm just like, damn, what the hell? So she's in the ring with Lacey Evans, and the shit actually kind of went 50-50.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he went 50-50 against Lacey Evans. Who,
Even though I will say that Lacey Evans was on offense most of that match. So.
yeah, she was on offense. That's why I'm like, she's on offense the whole match. Lacey wins with the code breaker going into the
No, you mean
oblivion.
Liv wins with the code breaker. You don't want to. We ain't giving Lacey that, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you know.
did I say Lacey?
Yeah, you said Lacey. Yep.
Oh, my bad. Shit.
We ain't
I
giving
mean,
Lacey that.
Liv won
Liv.
with the
Yeah,
code
Liv.
breaker
Yeah,
going into the
Liv.
oblivion, and then she Liv goes ballistic.
She
Like
goes
she turns the fuck up. She
extreme.
goes
She goes
extreme.
extreme. Yeah.
So she at first she picks up the candlestick. I'm thinking she gonna walk away, and I'm just like, come on now. But she turned the fuck up. She beat the dog shit out of Lacey Evans. She beat her ass with that candlestick. She did a barricade spot, and then she got all the way negative and put Lacey Evans through a table, Jeff Hardy style, doing a senton on that ass. So, Lacey Evans, it is time. It is CDL watch time for you.
Drive a truck.
And
you got a job, my friend. Diesel driving.
not to mention that Lacey also like had on some makeup like on 1/3 of her face. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? But yeah, CDL watch. CDL watch for you. I'm sorry, it's over. It's
Once
over.
Vince had to skedaddle, it got kind of spooky.
Yeah, it's pretty much curtains for you. She came out there talking about her father on that dog food every week, and yeah, it's amounted to nothing. So you are on CDL watch, Lacey Evans. You're on the first CDL watch for our first episode.
And then we go on to Hit Row. They're having a watch party.
Hit Row having a watch party at a Dearborn Hookah Bar, even though they were in Salt Lake City tonight. I mean, that's how you know Salt Lake City is not popping at all. So yeah,
You know, but you know, you can't if you have your kids with you at a restaurant, you can't drink in Salt Lake City.
really.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So you have your children with you. I mean, but why would you drink though?
Yeah, so
I mean, you probably have like a beer, but I kind of get that. But
yeah,
so it's against the law. So it's literally a law there.
Yep.
Says you can't. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't oppose it. You know, I get it.
I ain't against that at all because you don't want no parents drunk driving with their children off some margaritas and all that shit. But hey, that's fair.
Hit Row back there.
Fun fact.
Yeah,
with their worst fits on still, looking like Jimmy Jazz mannequins. I mean, Top Dollar is just like he's doing his best efforts to make sure he looks absolutely swaggerless every single week he's on television. But he's wrestling. The thing is, the wrestling is great. I mean, I won't say great. It's good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good. Him and Adonis, since they've been back, they've been have some real good banger matches, tag matches with everybody. In terms of all those qualifier matches that they've been having. Yeah, but they've been having a watch party. The Street Poppers pulled up.
My dog Shinsuke pulled up, man.
Shinsuke pulled up. Los Lotharios kept trying to get in. But they kept kicking them out.
Yeah. My dog Gulak was in that bitch.
Oh yeah, Gulak was there.
Xylee was there, Natty was there.
Yeah, they had a pretty solid little gathering tonight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nice, solid watch party. I believe that pivots into does that go to Otis and Braun?
No, our next match is the New Day versus Maximum Male Models.
Shit, I forgot all about this damn match.
Yeah, exactly. Quick match. Went about 3 minutes. New Day won. But this is built to a story. My dog Max Dupree.
Dupree.
Yeah, the models for taking photos, not concentrating on the match. Max walked away angrily as the crowd booed him. And this is leading up to, my dog.
Leading up to the possible return.
My dog.
You see the shirt. You see the shirt.
My dog coming back. My dog Eli Drake, LA Knight, man.
The man of many names.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. When he comes back, he's gonna be over like Rover in that bitch, man. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I certainly hope so. I do, because I want the crowds to actually remember who LA Knight is, because for the most part, LA Knight was having, it was the NXT run. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that if they gonna really bring back LA Knight, that they let this stew just a little bit more. Don't just spawn it all of a sudden and then
I think
LA Knight hits and then it's quiet in that bitch.
I think they're gonna take their time with this. They're gonna build it up. So that's essentially about to happen really soon. I'm actually looking forward to that because I was always a big fan of Eli Drake back then when he was in NXT. Not NXT, TNA. So the man can cut a fucking promo. Like his promo work was incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like even with Karrion Kross when he was known as Killer Kross back then, I was a fan of him then too because the man can cut a fucking promo. You you just let them do their thing. So man, the next thing I'm looking for was Braun Strowman and we missing something.
Was Braun Strowman on Otis after that?
No. We passed up something.
It wasn't Bailey in it, or was it? It was another Hit Row segment.
No.
No. You passed up Solo.
Sammy and
Solo beat the dog shit out of Ricochet and Madcap Moss.
Man, oh my god, dog.
Well, what happened was Ricochet and Madcap
started trying to tease Sammy.
Saying like, you're not the same guy. You know what I'm saying? you acting like a little, you're a bloodline bitch now. You know what I'm saying? Like you walking around, you doing all this shit right now, and then Solo just came through.
Fire the backwoods.
You
Oh,
know, he
Solo
beat
handled
he handled like the street champ he is. He beat the dog shit out of Ricochet and whooped Madcap Moss's ass.
see the problem. This is where Ricochet be fucking up at, man.
Yeah,
Should have
this is where Ricochet speaks.
he
This
should
is
no he should have minded his fucking
he
business.
should have minded his damn business and just kept going out there and winning matches, like, because he's been on a winning streak.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So he
that winning
just
streak
could have
about that.
just kept his damn mouth shut. But now he's going to be a target now. So next week, I believe it was already booked for next week. We got Solo, Sikoa, and Sami Zayn versus Madcap Moss and Ricochet. So
Beat the
this is
shit out of it.
this is what's going on. Solo whooped their ass. He beat dog shit out of them. Whooped their ass. Whooped both their asses.
By himself.
And then Sammy, you hear Sammy at the end. He's like, you know what? Just as you did that, I was about to do that. But thanks, Oos. Like, Sammy's gold, man. He's just fucking gold.
Then we get a video package by the Usos, narrated by Paul Heyman.
They're a real nice video package too.
I think the Usos
Yeah.
definitely about to break the New Day's record.
Yeah.
They about to break the shit out that record.
Then they trying to go towards Demolition's record. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how that spans out.
And then we getting to Braun versus Otis.
Braun versus Otis.
Look, dog. The crowd
loved it.
They love that idiot Braun Strowman.
They love this moron.
They love him, man.
I think he's a fucking goof, but hey, who am I? Like, like Braun has had his highs and he's had his real lows, and it's just Braun is just Braun. You know what I'm saying? But the crowd, honestly, to me, it was giving me like Wardlow type energy.
It was a great hoss fight, man.
He's not. I'm not saying that he's good, like good as Wardlow, even though Wardlow is cold as winter right now. But I'm just saying, like, that's just the type of feel I was getting from the crowd. Like when Braun was doing big hoss shit, like they was feeling all of it. Like the tackle he gave both of them, that tackle, the crowd loves this tackle shit, man.
They love
like you just see Otis just fly across the announce table. He flew across the announce table. Then Gable slides damn near under the apron. Then he's grabbing Braun by the leg while Braun is trying to get back in the ring. Like it's shit's funny, man. It's real funny.
Yeah.
And then I'm guessing Braun. I mean, I'm guessing Braun's, and it's just funny. I bring up Wardlow because I'm guessing Braun's finisher is a power bomb now.
He said, I think you don't have two finishers to a power bomb and a
power bomb and that running power slam.
Yeah, so I think so Braun went over. They're gonna book Braun. I don't know what they're gonna do with Braun, but they're gonna book him strong.
Keep his ass in the mid card, please. Yeah. For the love of God, don't put him anywhere near a world title ever again. Like, keep his ass in the mid card, do intercontinental shit. Honestly, I feel like they may do something with him at almost later.
I hope no, they don't need to. But I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind something with him and Gunther. I think that'll be interesting.
Gunther will whoop his ass.
I think that'll be interesting.
Gunther gonna beat the dog shit out of Braun.
I remember he did chop Braun one time in the Survivor Series match. Braun turned around like, "Bitch, you just chopped the shit out of me," and like Braun started whooping his ass or some shit. But next segment, we hear from Drew. Drew was talking, and then he gave a stipulation to Carrion for
another stipulation for Extreme Rules.
You get a strap match. You get a motherfucking strap match.
Something that I didn't know would even see the light of day in the 2020s. We getting us a strap match at Extreme Rules. So we really going Extreme Rules with
we get
this
next
PLE.
It should be, man.
It should.
Yeah, so they had a segment. Scarlett made her entrance. Cross tried to sneak up. Drew beat the dog shit out of him.
Yeah.
Until Scarlett missed the fireball to hit Drew in the face.
Yeah.
This is what I like what they did.
Mm-hmm.
They improvised.
Yeah, they
Drew
did.
didn't go down like he just got hit by that fireball and missed.
Yeah.
Drew still beating the shit out of Karrion Kross. Scarlett
Mhm.
come behind him, give him a nut shot.
Yeah.
Great way to fix that. Great
Yeah,
way.
they fixed even though in a way I love Drew. Like, don't get it twisted. I love Drew. I felt like Drew was really selling the fuck out that low blow. Like, he was just like he was dry heaving. I was like, God damn, Drew. Like, but it was good. It was good how they cleaned that up because I was like, even now that you mentioned it, like, I know I'm like the fireball kind of like missed, but I'm like, damn, like. And then Drew kind of got. I was like, did Drew just not sell that fireball? But now that you mentioned it, actually did miss. But
Yeah, so yeah, I'm about to
it
be
was
like, damn,
cool.
I'm about to be like, damn, they booking Drew strong as fuck.
Yeah, I was like, dog, he's strong as shit. He took a fireball to the face and he about to whoop his. I was like, damn, like this where we at. But it makes sense now that I know now that you mentioned, like she did miss the fireball, but
Yeah,
even still, Karrion still got the upper hand again. Like did the cross jacket on Drew.
they booking
And
that man strong. They booking that man strong. They
yeah,
booking him strong.
They booking carrying pretty strong, and then to some people's delight, they didn't do it in black and white. So some people have been complaining about that filter. It doesn't really bother me, but
It's creative, so I'm not
yeah,
worried
it's
about it.
creative. Like I mean, but they didn't do the black and white filter. People like everyone seems to have positive reactions to that. So that was that segment.
They rehabbing them pretty well, so that was
Yeah.
cool. So after that we have Raquel Rodriguez versus Dakota Kai. That was basically story. It was kind of another match.
Yeah.
Shotzi ran out to help. Raquel. Raquel wins with a roll up.
What is how you feeling about Raquel?
I like her. Like she's gonna she's gonna be a champion. I like her.
I like Raquel. I just need something more. Like
She don't have a character right now. I think they're gonna start building.
she kind of doesn't have a character. She's not like her NXT character.
Yeah, they probably they're trying to do something different with her right now. So
Yeah, which is fair.
I think she's gonna turn heel later on down the road. It's probably gonna be like sometime in the middle of next year she's gonna turn heel.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
probably.
minute for it. It's gonna be a minute for her, but they're gonna build her up. I like they turn Shotzi back babyface because they
Yeah,
need that.
because it look like they pushing Shotzi now.
Yeah,
They gonna push her.
they're gonna push her. So
The
there's
thing.
another foil.
Oh, go ahead.
No, there's another foil for Damage Control. What I also like right now too is wrestlers are in multiple feuds. Like Riddle's feuding with Seth, and now he's feuding with Judgment Day.
Yeah,
Judgment Day feuding with a bunch of motherfuckers.
It's like a lot of inner weapon. It's like a lot of inner weapon.
A lot of inner weapon.
Yeah,
motherfucking Theory's beef with the whole fucking world.
yeah, it's Theory versus everybody.
Damage Control beef with the whole women's division. So like
Yeah.
I like what they're doing right now with all that. So
yeah, like the problem that my issue with Raquel, like even like tonight, like she came out there mad, but she still did the back flex when she got in the ring. I'm like, well, like it's like I'm like, well, you mad? You want to fight them, but you still back flexing. Like, what are we doing?
It's like little things like that you gotta kind of like fix all that,
Yeah, it's just like if she's mad, she wants smoke. Like she got to be out there ready to just whoop their ass right then and there. Like back flexing, like the back flex, it's time to move on. Like it's time to move on from that. But although I love her ring work. I think she can wrestle.
Yeah.
I like her finisher. I like her look. She smiles. She smiles a lot. I'm really looking forward to down the line when her and Ray are clearly gonna work.
Because they match they had in
NXT with bangers.
Was great.
They had really good matches down there, and they're friends too. So they absolutely gonna be great dancing partners soon down the line.
Yep. Then the Hit Row watch party. Los Lotharios came in there. Cheap shots.
Again.
So we get that match next week. And then we going into the main event. The Brawling Bruce versus the Usos. Great main event.
Great main event.
Butch is a motherfucker.
Yes, he is, man. Yeah.
Usos keep showing why they're the greatest tag team in the world right now. Ridge Holland has been showing me a lot lately. He's gotten much better. He's gotten so much better. Like it was a great match. Sammy and Jay still having their bullshit. Sheamus, you know what I'm saying? Sheamus was in the crowd. Sheamus was there.
Yeah.
Then you get interference from Imperium. And then you expect it. And then here comes Gunther with a big ass boot to Sheamus' face. booted the shit out of you ain't even see that foot came out of nowhere like bitch.
It's just like damn. Because first you see Kaiser, you see Giovanni. Then it's just like, all right, we're going through. Then you just see that big ass boot come across the screen. You just like, God damn.
Man, look, dog. I'm also saying this too.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm cooked.
No, who got motherfucking cooked was Butch, nigga.
Yeah, Butch get that 1D. Woo.
Man, nigga. When he went out the ring,
I forgot the moonsault to the super kick.
Yeah, my shit.
No, you good.
We're gonna fix that for next time for sure.
Yeah, we'll be good.
No, Butch caught that man when he tried to get out the ring. He caught the super kick from Jay. And I'm like, God damn, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, he ate when he ate that shit, and he kicked out of it. I was just like, holy shit! Like, I was just like, okay, they got Butch. They had Butchie looking real strong tonight, like real strong, which is very fair, very fair. So.
We got that, bloodline standing strong at the end of the night, as they should be.
Yeah, so one's up.
Yeah, but I'm thinking what's going to end up happening is they're going to start building towards. I don't know. That's the crazy part because I keep hearing the bloodline is going to be involved in the War Games match, but it's like who's going to feud with them? But I'm thinking they're going to be Kevin Owens.
That and I was thinking of, I think because me and you talked about this like the other day. We were saying like it could be KO, but were we talking about with the Judgment Day or were we talking about with the Bloodline?
Shit, I'm thinking it's gonna be Judgment Day, but I really don't know at this point right now.
Because if it's the Bloodline, you got your four. You got Sammy, Usos, and Solo. Then, because Roman's not going to be involved in that. And then you got them going against KO. I guess KO, the Brutes. But why would you involve KO in that when he's got this theory thing going on?
Sammy.
Well, yeah, Sammy. Yeah, if you start incorporating KO, like if you do a blow off with a Theory and KO, because you're gonna be passing Theory off to Gargano anyway.
Gargano, yeah.
So if you add KO, golly, I know I kind of had it together yesterday when we talked about it because we were talking about the Judgment Day because we said it would be Riddle, Edge, Ray,
and
AJ versus Finn, Priest, Dom,
and Seth.
I don't know. Yeah, and Seth. That's what we were saying for that.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, this is one thing I like what's going on right now is there's uncertainty on it's not predictable,
Mm-hmm.
None of this shit is predictable right now. So we don't know what can happen. So
yeah.
I like this shit. I like it.
Yeah. So, it's looking pretty like because when we look at post, because we talking post grand I was about to say grand jewel, crown jewel. Yeah, we don't know what the outlook is going to be looking like after that.
Right.
I mean, we're going to assume Roman's still champ. Like I said, I feel like Roman's going to be champ until day one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot of uncertainty here in terms of how Survivor Series is going to set up.
Yep.
In terms of that, because we got two war games, we got a women's war games and the men's.
Yeah, we know Damage Control gonna be part of the women's war.
Yeah, Damage Control for sure is gonna be in that.
That's gonna happen, and I'm thinking it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Bianca, Shotzi, probably Raquel, and probably one more person. I don't know who, but that's probably gonna end up.
Raquel, maybe Oscar.
Maybe Oscar or Alexa, one of the two.
Yeah.
But I think they about to do something different with Alexa though. So we're about to find out, man. But
yeah,
that was SmackDown.
Yeah, that was SmackDown, and that was pretty much this week. That was this week. We took care of this entire week. So we are looking forward to Raw coming up Monday night. Monday we got the celebration of Degeneration X. Is what 25 years, I believe. 25 years of DX.
Oh damn. Okay.
So that's taking place, and I think they're in Canada. They're in Canada again. So we may be seeing Edge coming back. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We got to see how this all shapes up for Monday night. Also the White Rabbit. We had more Easter eggs and clues, and tonight's Easter egg was mainly a longitude and latitude of where they're going to be located on Monday. So So who knows what we're going to get Monday? A lot of people saying Bray Wyatt. So if it's Bray Wyatt, hey, we know he's back. So, and I think he probably would be needed on Raw, honestly. So
yeah, he would. He definitely would. So we're gonna find out, man.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Yeah. So this was our first episode.
First episode in the bank, bro. First episode in the bank. So we will be back again to cover everything next week. Shoot, it's gonna be we got a lot. we handling pretty much 3 shows, 3.5 shows, really. We count NXT. So oh shit. Well, we got Rampage results too. But yeah, we don't really give
Fuck none of that.
Actually, you know what? I'll take that back, because there was one match tonight, and that was Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks. Ricky actually won that lights out match, so that was that.
Cool. And then Hangman.
Hangman won the golden ticket, so he's got a match, promise match next month with Mox, and Jade Cargill and Trina was together in the ring, and because Trina turned on Diamante. The end. That's it. Who cares? But yeah, that was our first. This is our first episode, man. So shout out to everybody who listens to this. There's more to come. We're gonna be consistent for sure, because this is what we do. Shout out to Ant, my brother.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Appreciate coming on, and appreciate doing this, and I'm very, very looking forward to everything that we're gonna do together in the near future. So that's it. That's what we got.
Yes, sir. So we'll see y'all next week, man, with another episode.
Next week with another one, baby. We out of here.
Yes, sir.